Okay, now we're why is everyone muted? Hello?
I don't know. Shadow muted, and I
Here.
thought, oh, we're
I'm
getting out
here.
of disrespect.
Oh, weird.
I'm here.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
I just had to
Hello.
mute because I was like fixing my desk. I just I zoom
Ah,
out on my desk and I'm like, holy shit, there's so much mess.
gotcha.
And so
Yeah,
I
I
decided
just
to clean.
I just come back. All right, the stream's set up. Everything's good. And hey, where's everyone? Wherever it go?
There's
Why
like a
is everyone muted?
tumbleweed. There's like a
Yeah.
tumbleweed.
As a tumbleweed goes by, just like this. No one just. Well, shit. Guess we're
Yeah.
doing another Q&A stream. And
Who's here?
speaking of D&D and people, hello there, Oz. We are currently live.
What? We just went. Oh, you went live without me? Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the stream set up before we're supposed to start the game now. So like so technical difficulties and shit. You have to iron out all the kinks.
Don't worry, you're not alone. I just undeafened and heard, and we're going live.
Well, there you go. Oh shit! So I also need to get the.
Looks like it's only Alex that's left, really.
Yep. I might
Poggers in chat.
just vibing. Oh yeah, gotcha. Hey there, Gab. How you doing? Let me go into that because I realized I need to actually launch the game for a stream to be able to see this, actually see what's going on in Roll20 once we get into it. There we go. Getting stuff ready behind the scenes. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Amazing. Gonna save. Move on over to that until we actually start playing the game and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna try to wait.
Your accent is coming out again.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like before we started doing the game, all of a sudden I was starting to go into like a weird kind of southern accent, but it was a bit more like older and breathy. So like I sounded like one of them old gold miners trying to go out to California, like trying to make it rich during
And
right
I
after
say
the
I
Civil
have
War.
the opposite effect. Where I've lived in the southern states for so long, I turned into the man from my Knives Out, you see. And I say here. I sound like I could be peddling chicken with my accent.
You
And it
sound
just kind of blurted out.
Y'all are sounding like Foghorn Leghorn motherfucker over here.
No, I'm Dirty Dan.
No,
No, I'm Dirty Dan.
Please don't tell me I'm the only one who knows what Foghorn Leghorn is.
I do.
Okay,
watched Movie
good.
a lot when I was a kid.
His joke landed.
Have rights when protected from the
You
stream.
see your
Like,
DMs?
employer, nice. Hope it goes well, Gabby. Hope it goes well, Gab. Thank you. Sorry, what were we gonna say, Oz?
Did you see the DM?
That's all, folks.
Which let do but token from pardon?
Because that's the thing you get with Urchin.
Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember us talking about something. Wasn't it? Hang on.
I don't think that we actually chose anything.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not right now, but yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, Nature, I'd love to hear your advice on the new revised Blackheart race I made up.
Oh, right, yeah, I saw you made a homebrew race. I didn't get the chance to look at it super deeply.
I updated it. I used
nice.
I tried to make it more like fleshed out and more balanced.
Oh. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, just so what you saw us. Maybe that's what we considered to be the token, because they were the people that technically raised you?
Not
Like-
really. He was there for a
Telling
few years.
backstories?
Maybe. Either way, well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're just talking about one of the items, and he mentioned the spider necklace.
Right,
Ah,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the necklace that they wear. I'm a message. Try and at me.
I'm totally not hoping I can do the one shot again this week because I haven't totally been planning different plot hooks that I can't use with my regular party.
Ah, yes, the plights of a DM. Always having all these cool ideas, but then you're like, shit, I have to get people together to actually do this.
Actually, yeah.
I have to run things.
Hey, I've
I
had a
have to
bunch of
step
cool.
away for
You-
a short moment, but I'll be right back.
You're good. Like, you know how many ideas I've had as a DM, but I'm like, oh shit, I'm already running 4 games. I can't do this shit right now. Like,
Yeah. I don't run that many games. I only run one game, and
fair.
then I
The rest is-
play,
Player.
and then I play you, and I play my friend Alan's campaign. So I'd actually be willing to run like
I
a
can't
campaign
believe
on
you've
here.
been playing us.
You've been playing.
Damn.
Playing games
How
with my
fucking
heart.
could you, my guy? I thought what we had was special. No, I'm kidding.
I'm too damaged to keep to one person. I'm sorry.
Oh shit, we're good.
Yeah,
Slowly
honestly,
dying, but it's fine.
I'd be happy
Well,
running
allergies.
Yeah, I'd be happy running like a campaign on here for you guys.
I have like fucking
yeah.
yet to run a campaign with my side of things. Like,
Yeah.
holy
Oh
shit.
yeah. Damning is great, but
Hell, my campaign that I was doing in nature setting is IRL, and that's not coming back up till August. So you want to run it?
fair.
If all
Ooh,
want to
IRL.
play in that area, I can.
Yeah, I only ask because this is very obviously nature server, and I don't know how to like advertise that on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say if you want to just do it in one of the discords, that's fine. It's whatever.
Hell, y'all
Like,
could be a separate student group
Yeah,
from
like,
main
I
party.
don't know. Like I said, I don't know 100% if I would stream those games, of course, but
Probably not, but it'd be
Yeah.
fun.
you know, it's whatever. Just for personal entertainment, personal fun. For
The main
peeps.
problem is finding time when nature isn't busy.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm running 4 games a week, so unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's somewhat limited.
And then you play every other Thursday, right?
That was the plan for a while. Though lately, you know, IRL stuff has come up with those people, so that's, you know, a whole thing. But nonetheless, I'm not gonna look to gift horse in the mouth for me getting some off days, so I'm not
Yeah.
fucking dying. You know.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, hey, if y'all would like to start a campaign, I can do literally any day of the week except Monday because of this.
Yeah, fair enough. Either way,
in my side of
probably
things,
talk about that
summer
not
is
on
cool.
stream.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
fair.
In the
That's
future.
fair.
Yeah.
2 minutes
Yeah.
past, y'all.
Right. Yeah. I did
Yeah, okay,
DM. I did DM Alex. They didn't respond. I don't know if someone else could
Yeah.
call them.
Text
try-
Mono and ask, probably.
I don't know if Mono would be able to keep in touch with him that either.
I'm just
In
thinking
case
that Mono might know what's going on since they're coworkers.
Oh, are they? Huh.
In case it didn't come through, I have returned. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
The key.
I have returned.
I have returned.
It should be just like the fucking
Well, also Mono isn't currently
Hobbit.
online, so they might also be at work and or busy. So.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, if they don't, I'll probably wait about 10 minutes. Well, I should say at least until 7 minutes technically.
10
from now,
minutes?
7:40. Well, 7:40. We'll wait till 7:40. If they don't show up, we'll start the game. I mean, technically they're currently unconscious anyways, so it's not.
Yeah,
the-
facts.
not the end of the
Yeah,
world.
I missed it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
oh
she
right, yeah, because
just
you.
wake up?
He bailed
Wait.
out. Yeah, Vettel bailed.
Well, Ami,
Because
but for
Puck
instance,
did a-
Amiya
Puck did a-
stabilized. Amiya was alive, but
Yeah.
like they may or may not, you know, come back to consciousness at least.
Yeah. Puck did a fucky wucky.
Pucky did a fucky wucky.
Can someone fill me in on what happened?
We'll do
I mean,
it during the
did you-
recap. We'll do it during the
Yeah,
recap
yeah,
once we
yeah,
get to
okay.
that.
Oh, I'm
Because-
surprised you didn't end up watching the VOD.
Well,
Yeah,
people
I
are
probably
busy.
should've.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was drawing girl from Owl House, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, fair.
Listen, in the
What's with
background.
everyone obsessing Owl House lately?
I don't
I've
know,
heard good
but-
things about the
But new
series. Never actually
episodes are
watched
coming
it.
out. That's why a lot of people are hype about it.
All I know is
see.
Ida is a mood for me.
Yeah, they were. It
Is
was
she
on hiatus for a
Is she
while.
the girl?
She the-
the woman
she's
with the
the-
long.
she's the old lady.
The white. Yeah, the white.
Yeah,
Anyway,
old lady, white hair.
So
Is she-
nature, what's up
She
in the
doesn't look
campaign?
that old.
What was that? What was that, Oz?
What's up in the what's going on now? Are we doing our recap?
I'm gonna wait
Another
until
6
around
minutes.
7. Yeah, I was gonna say probably
Oh,
around.
we are?
Well, yeah, we're gonna be waiting for Alex, for Amia, unless someone's capable of. Obviously I can't call them like right now in Discord because I'm streaming, but
We've already added them on Discord.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, if someone else could call them, that'd be great. At least to try and get in touch with them. But
Yeah, if someone has like their number personally or something, then
Or-
go for it.
no.
But
or if nothing else, calling them in Discord. You know.
Yeah, I'll do that real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And if you want, Nature, you can read up on the revised Dead Heart sheet if you want.
I can skim it. Can't promise. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong.
I remember
shit.
seeing it. I haven't seen your revised one, but I liked the premise. It seemed pretty sick. Seems like a very fun concept.
Did you send it in the Bloody Gold?
I
chat?
believe
oh, there
it
it
is.
is. Yes. The Mercer strain, like Matthew Mercer. I'm kidding.
Roll.
Ooh.
How dare you use our Lord's name?
Oh, it's a class. It's not a race. I see.
It's still a race, no. It's actually still a race.
Right.
Hello?
Is a race without necessarily being a class.
Playing Tarkov 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or more like 10 at this point, but
They're starting to. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But
Mitchum, lobby up with them and bully him until he comes and joins us.
God.
Dude, I have to go bully. I'll bully anybody. Where are we at?
Oh,
But,
I was saying Alex started playing Tarkov like 10 minutes ago, and I said you should go
Oh yeah.
Well, no, like,
lobby up
yeah,
with them
I
until
didn't want
he
to.
comes
Out them on fucking stream.
That's just wrong. No, we don't do that.
It wouldn't be
Hey,
that guy.
anyone that's in the Discord can see it.
Yeah, let me launch.
True.
Let me launch
True,
Tarkov.
but
I'm gonna
stream
go.
can't.
I'm gonna go take them out.
Remember, we're live.
Anyone can join the Discord.
Yeah.
But to clear it up, Nature, the reason it says class feature is because the program I used to make that had like presets and they've got the change and stuff. So that's all one race basically.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay, if this
Excuse
is a
me, that was
race,
super
this is
gross.
already way too much.
high.
Yeah.
You think so?
Because if you're giving a race what's essentially class features, like the hit die, proficiency, etc., that's a lot.
Okay.
Broken.
Yes,
I could make it
like
I could make it a class, honestly. It could work either way.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
yeah. If it's for class stuff and changing some of this around for like, you know, that kind of thing, that could work. That'd be cool. Sort of like a symbiote, you know, kind of basically.
I mean,
class
I
thing.
guess the way I would run this is because the way you run it is you make your base character and you add this onto that.
The living weapon stuff is cool, but yeah, I would say class is probably a better direction to go rather than a race for it.
Either if you're gonna make it a race, dial back some of the stuff, or make it a class.
I think it'll just be like a weird like virus like symbiote
or
race,
even
and not race class.
Here's another thing. Make some of these stuff racial feeds that people can spec into, because that's another easy way to give them other possibilities for cool abilities without, you know, like giving them too much.
I mean, that's basically what the stage of evolution is supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. That could just make it a racial feat, and then they could choose whether or not they want to, you know, if they want to take these abilities, cool. But if they want to take something else, you know, there's the option.
I get you.
Most races are usually only like, you get a couple things. It's not
There you
usually
go.
not nearly as
DM
much as.
tips for
It's not usually all of the stuff
take
like that.
take
Yeah.
all of my advice with a grain of salt because
Yeah.
I am
Jason,
I've done a lot more.
check the thing that I just sent you. It basically has a great way to balance your races.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I will
Oh
check
yeah,
that out
exactly.
later. But
Yeah, like
I mean,
Send it in the Buddy Guild group chat so the rest of you can see it too.
gotcha.
Community
Yeah.
is too
I
strong.
guess it could work more as like a passive class, if that makes sense.
Like a background?
More or less like it's something you don't.
You're basically describing a prestige class, which isn't necessarily a standard thing in D&D. Well, kind of, but it's another kind of thing. It was much more of a thing in earlier editions. Basically, like, if you had these certain prerequisites, you could spec into getting a prestige class, which is, a specialized form of, like, what particular class you're doing. It's, like, kind of like
see.
subclass, but slightly different.
Yeah. From what it looks like, and how I kind of would run a character like this would be more like, I almost want to say like a ghost kind of class, if that makes sense. Something that doesn't appear on your, like, interfere with anything specifically.
I mean, like, unfortunately, there aren't a lot of easy ways to make that integrate well with D&D, like in the standard sense.
Right. Well, because the main way I came up with this is basically bonuses to classes you already take. So if you're a barbarian, you take the Mercer strain, the Heller strain, you get stronger AC, you fight a lot more. If you're more of subterfuge, I more planned this to be more like an addition to your class to make it more well-rounded. So you could, and like this has some drawbacks. It's not in this table, but it has some fucking drawbacks.
Right? Yeah.
So,
like the only aspect I'd be scared about is, and we'll probably start wrapping this up because, like I said, we're over when they start the session. But
yeah.
of course, it depends on how this is all prerequisite. This all depends on how you run your game, how you run your stuff, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. All that stuff. If you're playing a game that does not give a shit about balancing and just gives you like all the weird fucking shit, go on for it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
But
level 20 campaign.
No. Because you don't want a particular character to be super overpowered compared to the others. Like,
right.
You don't like. I mean, of course, unless the party's okay with that, and then you'll go for it. But nonetheless, like,
yeah.
you don't want the rest of the party to feel in the dust. Like, oh, this person playing a barbarian compared to this person playing a barbarian. This person is inherently superior with what abilities they have. With taking this particular quote unquote race class, whatever you want to call it. That's slightly problematic.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm one of those players that I run D&D more like 4E kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we've had this conversation.
Yeah, where one person has like their own gimmick, another person has their own gimmick. They're both equally strong gimmicks. They're not one after another. They're not one against each other. They're both pretty strong. So it's more of like, to put it very simply, in my main game that I run, one of the characters is literally a god, like in training.
Yeah, you basically you give them expanded, like, sorry to cut you off, but like I said, we need to start going.
Yes.
You give them expanded, like, personal features, like each, I would almost basically consider it, like, with the system I use, an earned feat, or a feat that you get outside of just, your standard race class level up stuff.
Yeah.
So in that case, I would just write it out as a feat. Basically, for running out the abilities, but just say, oh hey, you just start with this feat at level 1, or whatever situation.
Yeah, that's basically how I would run it. Like if you were running this character, you would make your standard character and then have this in the background.
Yeah, I would probably say that's one of the quote unquote simplest ways to have that synergized. Anyways, we're almost 15 minutes over.
Yeah,
we need to start getting into things.
This is what happens when DMs talk to each other.
Indeed, yes. I wanted to, as much as I'd love to continue talking, it's we gotta start going. So I suppose then, without further ado, I only have a one question to ask the party. Is everyone ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Let's
go. Yeah.
go.
Alrighty, let me get the music then started. So, oh shit, that's the one thing I forgot to grab. Dice!
Dice.
We can work out dice. We can work out dice as we're doing recap stuff. So, could one of the players please tell me what happened last time we left our heroes?
Bullshit. That's what happened.
Could you elaborate?
Please do.
Yep.
Great, amazing.
Just making a joke, and then everyone
Yeah, just the.
went,
Oh shit, wrong one. There we go. Also, dice.
I am probably the worst person to do a
The
recap for
statue on
last
the
session,
field
but
started yelling at Wit and Giant, and then a giant construct spider popped out and kept making us miss. And then
Yup.
everyone kept using their inspiration dice, even though it just made it worse.
In
Facts.
there's a way of putting it, certainly.
Save it for times where things are just gonna get worse.
It's fine.
I'm so-
Hey,
I'm
it worked
so-
out in the end. Everyone's alive. Probably.
probably.
Probably. Oh, what do you mean by that?
Anyways,
What do you mean by
hey
that?
Shadow, pick a color.
Let's actually go orange.
I'm afraid I don't have orange. Would you prefer red or yellow?
Yellow.
Okay, yellow it is.
E.
Oz, continue if you have anything else to say.
Yes, please tell me how deep of fuckage we are in currently.
I mean, and then Amiya almost fucking died.
Indeed.
Fucky made a fucky wucky.
Fun fact, the night after that, I had a nightmare that Gregor fucking died.
Oh shit!
Oh damn.
Puck,
Was
Puck
foretold, my
ripped
friends. No
out a
kidding.
piece of Amiya's hair and burnt it in front of
Indeed.
everyone after having a little talk with Hamami. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm. One thing to
call her
yeah,
that.
one thing to clarify about that. I'm not even gonna touch on the fuck you just said. While you did start burning the hair, it didn't fully burn out, so technically you still have like a handful of hair left.
And it
That
smells
hasn't
great, I
smelled that-
assume.
Oh, it smells
yeah, it's like a-
wonderful.
I'm so sorry.
What was that? Oh, I have to go. Okay.
And now Amiya has like a bold spot in one of her hands.
Yeah. There's like it's like there's like a bang basically that was going off the side of her head that is kind of scuffed now.
And then fuck just yeet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, Puck
It's
did
a
not do it
fringe
gently.
now.
Yeah, it was not gentle.
It was not a gentle hair extraction process.
rips out a piece of her hair, automatically fails the death save, dies. No.
Died by hair pulling.
God. Anyways, for the level
You
of
got a fringe now.
indeed, for the level of interesting shit that happened last time, Mitchum, could you also pick a color for me?
Purple.
Purple it is. Going with storm colors. Nice. Is there anything else that the party remembers that they feel is important to note?
Omen went outside and take a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm. So he
And
doesn't know
seeing
anything
the
about what the
sunset.
fuck happened. Yeah, it's
He just
pretty-
heard screaming.
Wit's gonna pick up Amiya and watch the sunset.
Okay, yeah, we'll wait until Vetzel. We'll wait until Ghost gets back before getting super deep into it, because hopefully, I don't think it would take too long, nonetheless.
Yeah, we're all just going outside and watching the sunset is what's happening right now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least until after you've confirmed that Amiya is indeed stabilized and not dead. Their heart is still pounding, their lungs are still breathing. After they kind of like cough a little bit, but like they
I'm sorry,
you know-
I had to go get food.
You're good. Welcome back.
Oh,
But yeah,
what you get? What you get?
God, of course people are-
Butter pasta with garlic.
Oh yeah,
Damn!
Nature also got a nat 20 on the stable
Yes,
on the conflict
indeed.
Oh yeah,
cross.
oh yeah, that was so cool.
Fair enough. So
On
yeah,
one of
like,
Ami's contracts.
Amiya is technically conscious, though they're very loopy. they're very out of it.
Lots
like,
of pain.
Indeed, they're going in and out of consciousness, and they're basically like they're fighting to keep awake before eventually they're just
A
gonna.
patch on her side
clock
is
out.
closed up with glue and thread.
So how fucked are
ash.
we exactly?
You guys are okay.
We're pretty unfucked
Is the
right now.
thing dead, or are we still fighting it?
No,
It's
dead.
very
Oh, it's
dead.
dead. It's dead.
It's very
yeah.
dead. Yes.
Who landed the
t-
killing blow? Who landed the killing blow?
I believe it was Was it Wit? Yeah, it was Wit. Wit
I
got
had the
final blow.
protagonistic again last session.
Yeah.
AKA your quarterstaff as you beat the eye into the fucking middle of this thing.
Living shit out of it.
Yeah,
It decided that
basically.
making Amiya miss was a good idea instead of making Wit the one with the bludgeoning weapon miss.
Yeah, it was more concerned about that sneak attack. But yeah.
Can I try carving?
God damn it, Puck.
I love just
So
Puck,
we're just coming off of combat,
just
right?
hearing
Yeah,
like
we're
Puck
just
just
coming off of
crying
combat.
and like just crying and like getting over this emotional response of dealing with dealing with their freaking grandma or whatever the fuck, whatever traumatic experience
Well,
with that.
Puck is any pronoun, so.
Yeah, and then they're like, ooh, carve, going over to the construct.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
Amber.
as soon as Puck realizes that Amiya is okay, very
Now-
quickly you will see the
We're starting
attention
the
change
session already?
the body.
Are we starting now?
Yep, we're starting. Yeah.
Alright.
After a few of the other group members, go to pick up the barely conscious Amiya, stabilized but still
Was I
barely
hit
conscious.
at some point?
Nope.
No, I think yeah, you still
Shocking
do have
grasp
hit
was
points.
really well.
Oh yeah, the
Yo,
shocking
Nature, hand
grasp.
over the
fucking-
inspiration, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
true.
How
True.
could I be so foolish? So
Also,
first,
I don't
not.
need any because I literally just blacked out. Vetzel is just waking up, Warhammer in hand, like, what happens? I don't. Did we
Also,
win?
I don't think everybody got to pick their dice color yet.
no, we
I
got
think we
two.
had-
We got two.
Only two.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
We got yellow and we got purple.
Perfect. Works for me.
So sadly, I don't think upgrading my iPad will let me see the map either way because I'm still running it on Bing.
That got some strong words.
Next
Anyway.
time we'll have. Next time.
Yeah, next week.
Unfortunately, Amiya is not here
Hopefully.
to get the inspiration, so I will give it to someone else. Roll a 4 again. God damn it. 1. First one. I suppose it's fitting that Wit gets the point of inspiration first and foremost.
Hey yo.
Let's go.
I don't
And,
even take notes, bitches.
God. And then the second one is a 3. So Omen gets a point of inspiration after his near-death
I-
experience.
I just have a memory where if I look at the thing I was looking at when I was talking about something, I can remember it. So the fact that nature didn't change the map was my saving grace.
Touche. Fair enough. So, suppose in that case, as as Omen, I know at the very least Omen, and Vetzel, I believe, went to pick up Amiya to try to carry them out. Get them some fresh air
Wit.
out of the dust. And, oh, was Wit?
Because big strong boy just
Big strong boy.
Nope.
Okay. In that case, yeah, we'll get to you guys. We'll get to you in a moment. First and foremost, we'll go to Puck. Now, this thing took a lot of bludgeoning damage. And if you recall correctly, if the creature takes more than half of their max HP in bludgeoning damage during the combat, the corpse is basically considered ruined. AKA,
and the damage that they're weak to.
yes, yeah.
Sorry,
and
guys.
Yeah, any carving checks made against this body will be a disadvantage.
Twice in a row. Sorry.
Because you guys beat the shit out of this thing.
I'm just glad it sounds like my shocking grasp did something.
Oh yeah, the shocking grasp took away its reaction, so it couldn't do the 'twas foretold ability to have people re-roll shit.
Hey.
And fucking Omen decided to bolt the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
The shocking
You guys
grasp.
see-
You saying you want to do shocking grasp and then trying other stuff? That was a smart fucking move in this case. But
Yeah, Vetzel did not use acid splash or whatever poison spray because it's immune. It was immune to
yeah,
poison.
it's a construct. It's immune to poison. But-
Mm.
So instead, they just started using the Warhammer to smash.
Okay.
Smash and
Well,
grab.
You will see Puck kind of get a little, almost like wild-eyed, and he's gonna start just tearing into the body.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
looking-
going.
Okay, first I'll say roll an investigation check to see what's still salvageable from this
With
entity.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is
We're
this also at
also-
disadvantage?
This isn't carving, so this is just analyzing. So yeah, it would just be a straight
Yeah.
roll.
Wit also decided, haha, wouldn't
15.
it be cool if I just killed it by hitting it in its eye? So that kind of cracked, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, funny you mention that. One of the few things that are still relatively intact on this creature is the eye. Like
Going
when
for
Wit,
the eye.
yeah, we'll explain. When Wit slammed the quarterstaff down onto the eye, rather than the eye cracking, the rest of the body buckled, and basically it split the body in like different quarters and sections as the armor plating just started kind of crumbling. So like there's almost this fractured kind of fissures kind of going out from where this eye just got forced even deeper into the socket.
So instead of breaking it, he knocked it loose.
Kind of like it was pushed deeper into the construct, and it kind of crushed and buckled a bunch of shit, and then it just kind of spider webbed out, into the series of cracks and fissures. So yeah, it looks kind of crumbled and curled in on itself, somewhat, with like bits of rock and whatnot, kind of like looking like porcelain, kind of chipped off. So technically, if you wanted to get a big enough piece of any of the enchanted stone plating, there is also the enchanted wood that made up the sort of like fibrous like legs and body of the creature. Looking at the two fangs on the front mandibles, those look to actually be bone of some kind, possibly even like dragon's teeth, like two large dragon teeth that were used for the mandibles. And then, of course, the piece de resistance, the massive amber eye, probably about the size of like a beach ball, like right in the middle of this damn thing. It is a huge piece of amber, like looking at it.
Yeah, Wit is gonna shout over like, "Hey, if you want to bring over any of those wooden platings, I could try to read what's on them."
Vetzel's just going to he's going to assume he remembers the intense battle that happened.
Yep.
And
Yeah, you remember.
He's
right?
gonna go,
Sure.
I am going to be very honest, I kind of blacked out. I don't know what happened. I don't know if this is we have a word for this back at the club when some of the dancers had like moments we called them when they moon knight themselves. I don't know what that means. But I don't know what happened, so I'm going to pretend. Great job, everyone! Good hustle. Very proud.
Jason,
of you
was that
all.
a gaslighting pun?
A what?
A gaslighting pun?
Sorry.
No, it was a pun to the Marvel show Moon Knight, which is a man with multiple personalities.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh.
I see.
Sorry,
Since it was something light, I thought
love
they
the
did
pacing of
gaslight
just,
themselves.
is that a gaslighting pun? And then Vetzel just, a what?
What? No,
Sorry.
it's literally a reference to Moon Knight where he blacks out and has different personalities.
Okay.
Right, yeah, I get you now. Anyways.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
to the game.
Vettel kind of goes, so, is the statue still talking, or?
No.
Oh, so it just drops a metal spider in our lap and just shuts up. Wonderful.
Well,
Brady's metal spider.
as I was actually about to say, as Wit was kind of helping to like carry Amia out of the room towards the cliff, towards the
Fresh
outside
air.
towards the cliff. Yeah. Right before you're about to reach the precipice of the door, you do hear a voice.
Oh.
Actually, I have to pull out the voice mod again. If it'll let me. Yeah. I should say game. Roll 20. Not roll 20. Freaking voice mod. Work with me. Which is halt.
He hands Ami over to Vettel. Take her outside.
Mhm.
Then he
Oh my
talks to the
god, they're
statue.
unconscious.
What do you want? In giant, by the way.
Which you would understand as grab blade, reforge, awaken.
There's a broken sword in the other room, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
I have mending. I'm going to use mending on it.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. Could you click on the spell for me?
1 second. Let me pop open to my other character sheet and get to my spells real quick. Mending. Don't know if that's letting me click on it or. There it
There we
is.
I was gonna say, because how does this apply to? Okay.
Unless it's larger than 1 foot, then I can't.
It looks like all of the shards are there. At least in order to be able to piece back together the blade. However, I'll say roll just a straight intelligence check.
Okay.
Or actually, Arcana. I'll also allow Arcana for this.
I do not remember if I have proficiency in that, so give me a second to.
You're good. You're good.
I do not, but I'll still roll Arcana since it's the. Oh!
Soft 20.
Dirty 20.
As much as you're able to physically put the blade back together, at least into a solid piece, you're pretty sure looking at this thing, this used to be a magic item. This used to be an enchanted blade. You know, before it was shattered, by the looks of it.
Can he read any, like, runes on it or anything?
Roll me another intelligence.
Your intelligence?
10.
Ooh.
The only thing that you can really make out that really makes a whole lot of sense is at least what you presume to be the name of this blade, which is simply the single term Weal. Weal. Weal.
Isn't there a spell called Weal?
I don't know, you tell me.
I just mean, like, out of character.
I'll say with your intelligence and arcana check from before, you're pretty sure this has some connotation to divination, because it is a fairly common phrase of saying whether in divination, whether it be weal or
hey,
woe.
Vettel. Hey, Vetzel.
Yes.
Doesn't the god you follow have something to do with divination?
Oh, Saint Genix. I do believe he does.
Do you think you could help me out here?
Retzel just stares down at his friend he's dragging through the door, and he goes, okay, just like gently sits them down.
Yeah, I imagine you kind of like gently
Sit
like
down
kind of
next
sit
to Omen,
you just kind of
right?
gently
'Cause Omen's
lay
gonna
them
fight
against
with
the
me.
wall. For Vetzel, you just kind of Oh, sorry.
I'll let Amia, when Vettel lays Amia's body down, I'll let Amia lean on my shoulder for a little bit so that she can rest as well.
Okay.
My heart.
She
So cute.
she is like out cold. She is gone, like mentally.
I think both of us are the most fucked up out of all of
Yeah,
everyone.
you're intoxicated. To be fair, like she's half dead. You're intoxicated and half dead. So
Intoxicated?
Like,
Wait! I'm intoxicated. I am sick and I am bloodied. This is
oh
a
right, yeah,
wild
you're
fucking.
also. Oh yeah, you're also
This is a
sick. So
wild
yeah,
Monday night.
you're also kind of hacking a little bit.
Yeah, you two need the fresh air the most.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still drunk?
Metal just slithers back.
Unfortunately,
going, "What did I
yes, you're still
miss?"
drunk.
Multiple sessions later, still drunk.
It's because
Hey,
it hasn't
you
even
get
been
time
like
to
a few
do.
hours.
Strong booze.
No, you're not wrong. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Leave the island and I still ask nature, am I still drunk?
Yes.
It's been 20 minutes, man. Yes, you're still drunk. That was 3 weeks ago.
Did I fucking stutter?
You're still
Sorry.
shit-faced. You drank
Sorry,
the booze of
nature.
the gods.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway,
Yes.
Wit's trying to see if Wetzel can glean anything from it, since his god is a sort of god of divination. He thinks.
Fair enough. Wetzel, if you want to roll for me an Arcana check. Either Arcana or Religion. I'd allow for this. 20.
Hey, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dude, these
Nice.
soft 20s coming in, dude.
Wetzel,
pretty good.
in his blacked out moment, he's had some stuff reawaken. He's like, I remember this. I got the German
Went back to
scientist
the
there for a
weird
moment.
desert.
Oh yeah, sehr gut. So, also trying to grab for a minute. Trying to also grab the music as this is going.
I believe I have found it. The way to beat Captain America.
Nah, god damn it.
What is this, a crossover episode?
No.
That's
Hearing
what
the
it says
term-
on the thing. It says how to beat Captain America. Shoot anywhere that's not his big, dumb, stupid shield.
Shoot him in the
Anyways.
thighs, the shins.
We shot him in the leg because his shield is the size of a dinner plate.
As you look at the sword, Wetzel, you it takes you a moment to kind of like process this. However, you do recall a spell. At least you know of the spell, hearing from different clerics and whatnot that you've come across in your time alive. There is a spell by the name Augury. Which often has references to like when you're trying to prophesize, or trying to scry the future, and potential.
I, as
outcomes
a
for the
player,
future.
know this spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
I also
if
thought
something
there
is
was
referred
a stronger blessed and bane called Weal and Woe.
No, that is the reference to Weal and Woe is within the Augury spell.
Okay. Oh, it's
Yes.
part of the augury spell. Okay.
Yes. The response that you typically get back is either Weal, something is a good omen, it is something positive, or Woe, it is
An
a bad
omen?
omen.
Sorry,
Hilarious.
sorry. Sorry.
Yes, either it is a good turn of fate or a bad turn of fate, whether it be Weal or Woe, respectively.
Okay.
So
Yes.
Um,
Vettel simply goes, it is... Is that all it says on the thing? Is just telling me the spell name?
yeah, I was gonna say like just hearing the term Weal. Otherwise, looking at this, I mean, of course, you can't read giant. So like just kind of an inkling based off the name and looking at the how the runes are used like patterned on the blade. You presume it is some form of divination focused enchantment. By the looks of it.
Wit will try to carry the sword over to the bowl too.
It's pretty big. It is like I said, it's taller than you. It is it's
Well, Wit and Wetzel could probably grab the two ends of it, right?
yeah, it's fair. Like probably from end to end, it probably weighs like for a sword blade, probably weighs at least like 30 pounds, which is a lot for a sword.
Yeah, carry it like how you carry a big table.
Yeah, exactly.
With another person or a couch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing is about like at least about maybe set like 18 to 20 feet long. This sword. This is like it's for the looking at the giant skeletons, it would be about the size of a long sword for their proportions.
Sheesh.
Yes, this is a long sword.
Long sword.
For you,
It's
for
like-
them, it's a long
it's like
sword. For
twice
you
the
guys,
size
it's a
of Wit.
long sword.
That's like
It is.
that's like if Wit and Vetzel stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, like the end of the blade tapered towards your side is like fucking. It's like the size of a fucking dinner plate, like like a dinner tray. It is.
What a great
yeah.
measurement. What a great measurement.
Yeah, like it's huge compared to your size.
As Vetzel and Wit are trying to like lug the thing over, Vetzel just like as he's grunting goes, "I have seen bigger swords at the brothel, if you know what I mean."
Of course, you'd say that.
He's basically talking shit to the giants who put him through this shit.
Mm-hmm. The statue does not comment.
Probably because Vetzel isn't speaking giant.
That too. That probably
It's like calling
helps.
someone bitch and not saying puta in Spanish. It's just it doesn't translate.
Exactly.
Yes,
So,
I help Wit move sword.
all right. So, Wit, where are you putting this sword?
I'm trying to put it at least as close to on the offering disc as possible. Wait, there's a forge, isn't there? There's a forge.
There is, however, looking in at the forge, like for one thing, the chimney shaft, where presumably either there was a pipe or something else to funnel the smoke and stuff out. That has since collapsed. And also looks like the stone, like sort of like rim or edge to the forge itself is also like cracked and ruined. Like,
Okay. What exactly did it say again? Something stab forge?
grab blade, reforge, awaken.
Awaken. I guess you set it on the offering disc then.
Okay.
Awaken.
Anything else you wish to do?
Oh, that's it for now. Does anything
Okay,
happen?
yeah. After a moment, you just kind of set it down, like basically just kind of on top, like hanging on top of the bowl, which like it's like both ends are kind of sticking out by like a couple feet. So like it's able to balance on the top of it, but like without going in it.
It says to reforge, correct?
Well, Wit did put it back together with mending.
True.
Maybe. Unfortunately, mending does not repair magic items, so.
Right.
Well, it can repair magic item, like it can repair the physical body
It
of a
can't
magic
restore
item.
the magic.
Correct.
Well, then I feel the magic would have been lost long before we tried to reattach it.
Right.
I'm going to ask my god,
What was
since
the-
this scene.
Wait, Nature, one more time, what was the last line?
Awaken.
Can I
Take
check the
the
body
land.
on the bed?
Sure. Yeah, you go over to the bed. There's very little left of it outside of the bones, which almost seem to be like... I hesitate to call them fossilized, but they almost seem like hardened, for lack of a better term.
Calcified.
Yeah, calcified, thank you. Like they look like compared to bone, they're as hard as a rock, looking at them. Like it almost looks like a stone replica of a skeleton, like in the bed. Yeah, most of the clothes have since like deteriorated away. Like there's the only
He's
thing
going
left.
to give the bodies back, the amulets back, by the way.
Okay, yeah. It takes a little bit to try to like put the skull back up to try to like retie it.
He doesn't need to put it back. He just needs to put it back on the bodies.
Okay, yeah,
He's just trying to honor them.
Yeah, you place them back on the bodies.
He's just trying to not disturb the dead more than he already has.
Touche.
Also, Nature, please look at your DMs. I told you to do something that I think everyone else forgot about. Kind of hoping they forgot about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I can work on that in just a moment.
Huh?
What is this?
Nothing.
That's not good. That's never good.
Don't be
it's-
suspicious. Don't
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Will this link work?
Also,
Whit will then look up at the statue and say, "Does this count as reforging?" In giant.
Give me a moment, sorry.
Why did everyone went silent? Holy shit!
Everyone went so quiet.
Awaken.
Okay, so it seems like that can't. What am I supposed to awaken?
I have a question.
I might have answer.
You know how when I bonk things, random shit happens?
Indeed.
Oh no!
Can I try and hit the sword until lightning strikes it?
Okay.
Oh,
Good-
we're
Goodness
inside.
gracious.
We're inside.
So
Right,
you grab you grab your
this is a
warhammer in
chaos
2
thing.
hands.
I'm grabbing
yeah.
it in one hand because I'm trying not to break it, so I'm just gonna like...
I guess he
Fair
could
enough.
use it like he's forging it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. It's gonna suck for me when it happens, but...
Okay. Vetzel, I have a question. High or low?
Yeah. High or
Uh-oh.
low? Oh dear.
Oh, this is a fucking gamble, dude.
High or low, my
Roll
friend?
one of the dice that was really good to you, and choose whichever one that
Ooh,
chooses.
actually, let me
I
grab the
can't-
gold dice.
I can't use my real dice. Nature said I'm not allowed to.
No, I mean just to help you choose.
I'm
Oh,
using the gold
okay.
dice. I'm using the gold dice for this. For looking
never mind.
high or low.
I'm gonna get my good dice. It shall pick for me. I'm going with my white dice because I don't know. Seems pure of
Weren't
heart.
the cotton candy ones the really good ones?
Oh yeah, the cotton candy one's really good ones. Well, again, this isn't to decide the outcome. This is so I can pick
No.
which one I
You can-
want.
Yeah,
you can pick
but
high
they
or
were really
low.
good to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's be good. Low.
All right, I'll roll.
I got a 5.
Come on, babe.
Did you just call him babe?
No, I said, come on, fate.
Oh,
Come on, face. I
It's
love
like-
Mirror's Edge. Be good to me.
So, as you firmly grasp your warhammer, almost a kid, like kind of like trying to prop yourself up onto like the side of the altar, you know, almost looking down at it like a blacksmith with their hammer and anvil. And as you hold up your hammer up to the basically up to go to strike it, there is a brief moment before some of the sort of liquid, almost opalescent kind of substance almost starts to swirl up and reach and curl up around your hammer. As there's a brief kind of pulse of a golden sheen from the head of said hammer, you swing down, and with a loud clang of iron against iron, there's almost this splatter and swirling of arcane energy, as now both from the splattering of your hammer and now kind of seeping up from the bowl into the blade itself and soaking into the grooves and carved runes of the blade. The magic is absorbed, and the runes the runes upon the hilt of the blade begin to glow.
I am
Oh
amazing.
my god. Oh my goodness.
You did a big gamble, my friend, and that gamble paid off.
Do I still strike myself with lightning? Is that still going to happen?
No, you didn't electrocute anything.
Wait, Owen looks outside and just see like a
Boom! It's an
Ice.
explosion. No.
Just a random
Um,
fuking deer is like, hey guys, what's up? Up!
Randomly off in the distance, a deer just explodes. No.
Just a random orc is hunting a deer and just sees the deer jib like a doom enemy.
By the spirits.
It starts screaming.
fucking down.
Yeah,
Zeus.
exactly. We've
You
been
don't have
cursed!
the ball.
It's a demon. No, yeah. So yes,
I
as
took that
Hey,
gamble.
you
but yes,
finally
the
awake.
but yes, as the blades, as the runes and the blades slowly begin to awaken, the sword now re-imbued, even by a small amount, with the magic it once held. It now stands with the bowl empty beneath it.
I did something.
One
Major
moment.
question.
Did that seem to quote unquote awaken?
I mean, it's glowing now.
I guess Whit'll just look up with a questioning look.
Puck is still digging around the insides of this mechanical spider.
We'll
yeah.
get to your carving at the end, because you're gonna
He's
take a
just
while.
like, damn, Vettel, that's cool. Anyway, scrap.
Yeah, he's just kind of like looking up, just occasionally, just to see it, but is too focused on spider.
Also smells like an oil.
Beach Verda. That sounds cryptic. Beach Verda. Oh, it's actually nature doing it. I thought it was pre-recorded.
No. Wit, you hear back again in your mind. Sacrifice.
He'll go outside and see if he can find a. He'll ask if he can go outside and find a rat real quick.
He grabs
Okay.
Omen's hand and starts dragging it back
You
to
just
the
pass
fucking chamber.
Paimon, who's watching this tomfuckery, and he's just like, I'm stuck with this idiot.
Wait,
As you-
wait. Paimon, you're a cat. You can go get me a mouse real quick, right?
Oh yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to remember. I thought Paimon stayed behind at the house.
Yeah,
No,
I thought
Paimon walks with Vettel everywhere.
Okay.
She's just been sitting by the door as we fought the
In the
spider.
corner.
Like,
Paimon
Oh
was
right,
in
yeah.
the
Paimon
corner.
was just waiting
In the
outside. Like, man,
shrubbery.
y'all are fucking idiots.
In
Paimon's
the
just
shrubbery.
waiting outside as some omnipotent being, I'm sure they are, and they're just
Okay,
like,
okay,
they'll
yeah. In that
figure it out.
case, Omen, actually, you just kind of like half in your drunken stupor, you know, for a brief moment, as you know, you hear stuff going on inside and like the clang of metal. You watch as Paimon's eyes like kind of flicker and glow for a moment before it fades, and then they just turn back to you.
That is fucking weird.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's
back to
actually
Omen.
it's actually a monster. Gotcha. Okay, it actually did that.
No. It's probably just the fact that he's on 1,000-year-old giant meat. That's
Yeah.
Fucked up.
It's either that or it's been what I've been theorizing for a while, which is Paimon is now the vessel of some like ancient god.
Saint Genix, maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
Knowing how crazy fucking nature's campaign is.
It's just a fucking cat. I don't know what the fuck to tell you
I
guys.
give-
Your cats don't do this normally?
Sounds like fucking Catherine's in this thing. The fuck
Chin
you
rub.
mean?
Anyway.
I give Paimon a chin rub.
They start purring immediately.
Hey.
Yes, Vettel tells Paimon to go get a mouse. Alive.
Fetch!
He gives him a little pet.
Yeah, after hearing "Go get a mouse," meow, alive. As they go off. Yeah, as they actually go off and jump off the cliff.
Same.
Well,
So, did your cat just jump a cliff?
cats can land very far. Why did I get Scottish? What? I'm fucking drunk, guys. I can't fucking do it anymore.
I guess in the meantime, Whit'll try to get some of the dragon bones and put them in the bowl underneath.
I wish I was a cat. I could have survived that fucking Kaiping fall.
Vetzo's going to pray to Saint Genix to figure out like if it has to be like a person sacrifice, and if
Did
this
you
is his
know,
destined
according
death.
to Dungeons and Dragons Raw, cats can't jump
Yeah, they can't, and elephants
Yeah.
can jump like grasshoppers.
Well, that's dumb. Fuck
9
that.
feet.
Anyways. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna try to collect some of the dragon bones and put them in under the.
Okay, yeah, it kind of takes a bit, like, trying to, like, funnel them kind of under the blade, without really disturbing a whole lot.
And then he'll take one of his bolts, since his dagger is currently in the possession of Omen, and scratch his palm and squeeze his blood over the dragon bones.
You're not even gonna wait for the mouse?
Mm.
Well, Paimon jumped off a cliff.
I think Paimon will be fine.
It'll probably be a
getting
while.
on that spider.
So,
Just as we're saying this, Paimon's standing behind Betzel.
as you as you start to go to, like, you know, start putting the to kind of, like, trying to half hold the blade to the side while trying to put the bones, like, under, you know, and getting into the bowl or anything. You accidentally slice your wrist a bit on the blade.
Oh, I guess you'll just use that then. Squeeze it out and then put pressure on it. Squeeze some blood onto the dragon bones and then put pressure on it to keep it
Well,
from bleeding.
before you can even do that, as you cut yourself, as you cut your wrist accidentally on the blade, there is a brief shimmer, once again, of this purplish kind of arcane energy, and as you're kind of, like, half gripping, like, oh shit, pulling your hand back out, you watch as the blade slowly begins to shrink, and as it kind of, like, repositions, you know, it kind of resizes itself, it shrinks to a longsword of your standard human size, of your proportions.
Guess who can't use long swords? This guy.
However, as now in front of as your blood has been spilt upon the blade, you have attuned to this magic item.
But
Oh my god!
I'm not proficient in longswords.
We'll get to that.
Vetzel, as soon as he sees this, Vetzel just goes, "Ha! I've seen bigger, and it shrinks!" And he's just flipping off the fucking face.
As Vetzel,
If I were you.
either way, as Vetzel flips off the big giant statue and you attune to this blade, you now know what the item does.
Oh,
Is there like a
Well, it's a good fucking thing we didn't use the mouse.
Wheel.
wheel dormant?
Yeah, and now, as you've attuned to this blade, you can now understand fully the quote upon its hilt. Weal, blade of good fortune for those who accept fate. Swing true so that others' threads are not cut unjustly.
Well, it's really fucking good that Vetzel didn't volunteer to use his blood, because...
The dormant part scares me.
Oh! Look at the first one! Wait, look at the first one!
Do you want me to read this out for the sake of the audience? Because this is a long one.
Yeah, it is a long one. Holy crap!
So,
Go for it.
This blade behaves akin to a magical longsword, even while unattuned. However, while attuned to this blade, this item gains the following benefits. You are proficient with this weapon, even if you aren't proficient with longswords. You can read, write, and understand Old Giant. The blade will glow a blue shade...
Which means I can read the things on the other weapons.
That is correct. The blade will glow a blue shade while within 30 feet of a living creature or the corpse of a creature with the dragon creature type. However, this does not produce enough light to count as dim or bright light. As an action, you may sacrifice vision in one of your eyes temporarily to see into the near future during the heat of battle. When doing so, you gain advantage on checks to analyze an opponent for 1 minute. However, you also have disadvantage on perception and investigation checks until your next long rest, unless a point of inspiration is expended when this ability is used. In addition, as an action, you may sacrifice some of your blood to let it pool into a vessel no bigger than 1 cup in volume in order to divine aspects of the world around you. When doing so, you may... We'll get to that. When doing so, you may sacrifice a hit die in order to give an empty vessel the ability to cast Detect Magic. The ability to cast Detect Magic once, dipping an item into the vessel or spreading the enchanted liquid onto the item in question. This ability has different effects when used in an altar to Anum. These effects lasts for the duration of the spell. And also, finally, whenever you take a long rest, you may enter Regia Mentis as you sleep.
Is that the desert?
Good question.
Anyways.
That can I answer?
That's like why when you told me what the spell was on this sword, I was like, it's the most bullshit in D&D because it's literally just your DM can give you a sly look and go, maybe.
Yeah. This is our first magical weapon, right?
Yep, this is a magical longsword.
Wow, good job on us, guys, as players. Holy crap, we got our first magical weapon.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
fought-
I think
we've
that's
fought
the first
4
magical
creatures.
item we've got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so now, Wit, you are attuned to this blade.
Yay.
Oh boy.
Da 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 da.
So how big is the bowl?
Big enough.
I mean, it says no bigger than 1 cup in volume.
True, however, based on the context clues, you can imagine what this location is.
Yeah. Well, Wit knows who the god is.
So,
Remember?
shall you spill blood again?
I can guess so.
Okay.
You can smell my blood.
No. it has to be your own.
One that sounds seductive. Hold up.
As you take the blade in your hand and just above the first cut, well, flipping over your hand just above the first cut, you slice against your palm and let the blood begin to pool into the offering bowl beneath
This
you.
is starting to feel like an adventure from 2005 with the amount of edge in this fucking thing.
Shush. Anyways, the dragon
That's
bones, the dragon bones set within almost begin to like melt and liquefy as this sort of purplish smoke almost begins emanating from the bowl, and as you begin to inhale, your right eye actually begins to glow almost as sort of purplish shades as your vision is kind of forced back upwards, looking up at the back up at the ceiling, where to everyone else the eye is closed. However, as you look up, you see the right eye of the statue of Anum is wide open, and almost like a bright, glistening purple star, like in supernova. There is the bright, shining light of enlightenment above you. You have effectively cast effects. Actually, I'll just read this off verbatim. If an attuned creature sacrifices their blood at an altar of Anum, they instead may cast the Commune spell instead of Detect Magic. This
my god!
This effect can only be cast once per week.
I want to say something so fucking bad, but it's not my turn.
I will say at this point, if everyone could please mute their microphones,
Shit.
And
By the way,
Oz.
check your DMs real quick first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And
Alright, time to mute, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
and as you do so,
I fucking hate being able to know something I can't fucking say.
and I will say this, Oz, you have 3 questions.
Okay.
Now remember, these also have to be yes or no questions.
Mm-hmm. Have we already encountered the ones we are meant to take out?
Is that your first question?
Yeah, because Wit doesn't know.
Okay.
He wants to know for sure.
No.
Yes.
Is Wit currently in this is out of character. Is Wit currently in possession of the pamphlet?
You are.
He's going to add that into the bowl with his blood and say, "Are these the ones we are supposed to take out?"
Yes.
Have they come into contact with the orcs yet?
And I'll mention this as you hear that there's almost a bite to the words.
Oh.
As if he doesn't. Basically, this is if he does not like he does not like the people who you are killing.
Okay. Have they come into contact with the orcs yet?
Yes. And as you ask your third question, the blood and magic has evaporated and burnt from the bowl. The bones within are almost kind of like crumbled and blackened. And as the smoke begins to dissipate, your vision begins to clear. And once Advi kind of blink a few times, the glow within your right eye is gone. And so is the eye above you closed.
It seems as if we have to move fast.
Are you okay? You did like some freaky
also say yes.
shit.
At this point, everyone can unmute.
I kind of like clicked, and you kind of went silent. You weren't really saying anything. Are you okay?
Vetzel, that pamphlet. That's the cultists. They've already encountered the orcs. We have to move fast.
Son of a bitch!
What did you say? Peeks his head through the door. What? How do you know?
I just spoke to a god of knowledge.
Wait.
Am I?
Wait.
Omen starts tapping his face.
Wait. Wait.
Yeah?
You spoke to a god of knowledge, correct?
Yeah, him. He points up at the statue.
Fucking course. Do you think this could be linked to the vision I had? The path to enlightenment begins with the first question.
Probably, maybe.
You hear muffled noises from Puck. Almost done here. I'm just climbing around inside the spider.
Yeah, you're like half buried, like in like a pile of like rubble and wood as you're like starting to carve out shit.
Like the tauntaun at this point.
Yeah, basically. Like there's
this
like
thing apart.
There's basically wood pulp and like pebbles, like, you know, all over the fucking place, like as if you like hollowed out the inside of this fucker. Yeah.
Basically burrowing inside of it.
Yeah. Now this is a large creature, meaning you have, I believe at this point, 3 carves. Actually, hang on. Let me double check before I do anything too dumb. Let me make sure I actually got that right, because this is a large creature.
Large.
Also, Nature, don't forget about the thing I DM'd you about.
Yep.
It may be safest to rest in here tonight.
Yep, it is a. Yep, you're able to make 3 checks against this large construct, and each carve will grant you about 2 units, you know, per check. If they're successful, but bear in mind they're disadvantage.
Right, and they're just survival checks, right?
No, because this is a construct. Well, they were survival. They were survival checks before because you were dealing mostly with monstrosities. The check for analyzing the skill for analyzing the creature is the same for carving it. So for a construct, you can choose between either investigation or arcana.
Okay. I will go ahead and do investigation. First roll, I'm going for the eye.
Okay.
Get it, boy.
Shoot.
Nah. You rolled performance.
Oh.
You rolled
inside of the
construct. No.
If anyone can do it, Puck.
I plunge into you, sending your spirit to Hades.
18.
There could be an argument for performance.
Now, luckily, looking at this thing, it seems pretty hard to damage it, as it takes a moment before you just, hey, come on, you son of a bitch! As you have to pull this massive amber eye, it's kind of hefty, to like, pull it out of the socket and tunk, stick it next to
like
the
wet?
body.
Check this thing out, guys.
It's not really wet, it's like it
No,
almost
with the oil, since,
oh yeah,
fucking-
yeah. There's a little bit of oil on it where you just kind of like it's a little bit slippery. You just kind of rub that off, kind of set it to the side. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's
Like
more like the ichor that came out of the eye, right? The socket.
Pardon?
The stuff that was in the bowl. It's more like that,
Oh,
wouldn't it be?
It's a similar color.
You know what? Fuck it. Wit's gonna taste it.
Okay.
Stop tasting shit, man.
Yeah, you just kind of dab up
Nope.
some of it and to stick in your mouth. I'd like you to
Like
roll a
just on his little finger.
I'd like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was just to see, like, it's kind of like how you can identify potions by sticking your pinky finger in it and licking it.
Right, but wait, this
Yeah,
is like
I think it's
dipping your
funny to do.
pinky into your oil tank to see how if you need to change it or not.
15. There's almost this like there's almost this electric tingling sensation as it hits on your tongue. Like as if you just licked a car battery.
Because you just drank motor oil.
And
Not the double key, a car battery.
yeah, like well, it's like there's licking a battery. And like as that jolt kind of goes into your tongue, and there's like this tingling sensation going through your tongue and through your gums. There's almost this taste of like ozone, for lack of a better term. Like as it as you
tastes
kind of get this
smell of rain.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, for someone who just talked to the god of knowledge, you would think you wouldn't just lick that.
I will also add the description for the additional ability. Because now the hidden ability has been revealed.
Wit does want to check out the other weapons in the other room once Puck's done.
Okay. Sure.
See if there's any weird giant hammers I can use. See if I can attune to that too.
Yeah. Let me change the music now because now we're through the intense bit. Because you have successfully activated the offering altar to Anam.
And just now, poor Paimon returns with a mouse.
Yeah, as that happens, you see Paimon coming back with basically a half dead mouse. It's still alive, but it's like barely kicking. And then like Paimon just looks in. Paimon just looks, and they just kind of like they just kind of bite down on the mouse, just kind of eat. It kind of slowly dies, and then they just carry it off to like a corner of the room to start eating.
Vetzel just picks up Paimon and pets them.
As you go to pick them up, they're just like no, like they just kind of no, don't. I'm eating, basically like trying to keep their food.
Vetzel does what he knows every cat loves, which is pet Paimon's butt as they eat.
Okay, yeah, they don't stop you. As you do so.
Is Puck already done with his carving, or doesn't he have 2 more carves?
I have 2 more carves, and I'll keep them short and simple, right?
That's her. Yeah.
Is that good? All right. So the second one I'm gonna do is the first one you listed. I think you said it's like the like basically like metal armor part of it, right?
It's stone. It's stone plating.
Stone plating.
Okay.
I'm going for that.
That is a 12. Let me check the DC. Doodle-doo-doo. This would be. Okay, yeah. As you're trying to sift through, looking at some of the crumbled pieces, a lot of the pieces of the metal plating that are still like somewhat intact and like have some runes still on them, they're relatively small in in terms of like actually using them for armor. Or anything similar to that, and like as you try to pry off one of these still somewhat intact pieces, it kind of like just kind of snaps and crumbles to like just rubble and shrapnel in your hands. Like shit!
Dang it! And then I'm gonna go in for the. I think you said it was like wood or something, right? The
Yeah, there's wood. There's still the enchanted wood.
enchanted wood. I'm going for enchanted wood.
Another
12
12.
on both.
Fuck.
It's slightly easier because this is basically the quote unquote flesh of the creature. Um, okay, yeah. Luckily there's a lot more of this stuff to kind of go through, and as much as there's a few patches that still have some like runes and stuff carved onto them, especially looking at the abdomen, that's still somewhat intact. As you kind of just like, it's almost like wooden fibers that were kind of like woven together. As you kind of start separating them, almost like individual pieces of sinew, like from muscle. You manage to get together this kind of cord of enchanted wood. You get two units of enchanted wood from this thing.
So
And
guys, look at all this stuff I got as I come out of the spider with the eyeball in the wood.
You
Yeah, you
call
just gotta-
it like
you
a
ju- you
fucking
just gotta-
stag beetle out of a corpse.
Yeah, you just gotta bust through like some of what little is left of the brittle stone plating. Like, hey guys.
Puck looks like a fucking the most wholesome chest burster out of any alien film.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. So, yeah, as you come out of it, after this would have taken about 3 hours to get through all this stuff. Well, actually less than that, probably around like 2.5, or 2.5, 2 hours, at this point. And Wit,
What
as
time
you're,
is it?
at this
As
point, it's
Omen
getting
is outside.
yeah. As it's getting basically closer and closer to sunset, it is around like probably about 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, and like the sun is there's only the barest hints of like the purple, not purples, like the pinks and oranges, as the sun is almost entirely set.
Omen peeks out through the door again and asks, "Are we gonna be sleeping here, or are we gonna go down to the cliff once more and, well, gamble ourselves to get back into our camp?"
I mean, this seems like a pretty sturdy place, bedding already. I don't think many people know this place is open, so I think we should be fine. Stay here for the
Alright.
night and move out in the day.
All right. Well, I don't want to be ambushed by any night predators. All right.
Which
And
apparently is a problem.
I put Amia on. Omen puts Amia on his back and walks inside.
Yeah, they
I'm
kind of
all
like they stir a little
babysit.
bit like before eventually they they just kind of go back limp again, back asleep as you just kind of carry them back inside.
Yeah.
And
All right.
to answer your Wit, you mentioned that you wanted to look at the different engravings on the other magic items.
I can't believe my character is Kid Icarus.
Shush. I mean you got the wings and you got one of the swords. No.
You got one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now
So
you just have to go. Now you just have to learn to not read and get entrusted by a goddess who thinks you're inept.
So, starting with the giant wooden short bow, that is in on one of the shelves. Reading the engraving on the side, it says, "For Yana, so her aim may be true."
Oh wait, question, Nature. These are like these. You say that it's short bow, but inside it's fucking huge.
For a giant, it would be a short bow. For us, it looks like the bow of a ballista.
Fuck.
Like again, these are huge. Then there are the two, presumably wands, that look like to be about the size of staves, and they're like about as thick as small, like trees or saplings. There is the wooden wand. There's the one that's plain wood, and the others that has a large opal like head to the wand. There is the wooden wand that reads, "For Donikov, so the stars guide him home." And the opal wand says, for Donikov, so his enemies know the stars' wrath.
And those names are the two giants in here, right?
Possibly. You don't know.
I thought we found out their names for some reason.
I don't think you ever did, actually.
Okay.
Oh no, you saw their initials. I believe it was. It was like, initial plus initial on the back,
Uh,
or something along those lines.
okay.
And I'll say the initials do not line up with those on the weapons.
What's the name of the D dragon again?
The D dragon.
The dragon that started with a D.
My nickname in high school.
I knew someone was gonna make the joke. It was Devagni. That was a blue
Okay.
dragon skeleton.
Okay.
Div-
And Wit doesn't recognize the names from his studies at all, does he?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we should really take a rest.
Yes, please.
Sleep for the night since the sun has gone down.
Okay.
Are there any beds available in this
Uh,
chamber?
Well, the one bed's occupied by a skeleton, the other is cracked in half and covered in lichen.
Fuck it, Omen's gonna sleep in one of the rubbles. No, actually, no.
Well, we could move the skeleton and probably all fit on that one bed.
Puddle puddle.
Yeah,
Always
like
go
I
for
said,
that.
the bed's big enough for a giant, meaning that's like that's at least a 20-foot long fucking like
An Alaskan
tablet.
king.
It's a stone fucking tablet.
I have
goes
a
to-
question.
Oh, it's just pure stone.
Yeah, it looks like a stone platform with this massive like matted half rotten mildewy like fur blanket. That like it smells awful.
Maybe we should just put out our bedrolls.
I mean, what? Okay, so can we like move the giant skeleton in the corner at least?
Probably.
Provide a space.
It's the same as the floor.
Okay, I have a really quick
Alright.
question before we all go to bed.
Okay.
Can we make armor out the bone?
That
I
is
mean,
no.
Do
That's still no.
do you want to harvest giant bone in order to turn it into armor?
I mean,
Hey, no! Let the dead lie.
the dead would want to be useful.
Let the dead lie.
Oh my God.
Also, Wit grabs the dragon skeletons and puts the bones in the
Oh,
offering
come
bowl.
on. They were clearly, you know.
Enlighten me.
I mean, guys,
They were
these-
clearly the ones who killed one of these guys.
True. They also seem to be kept
Who-
as pets.
But he seemed to be taking care of his sick wife, and they just killed him.
Mm.
I mean, guys, it's giant bone. This has to be like hard as hell. And when are we gonna get our chance for this? I'm just saying.
Look, okay, Vetzel, as much as it looks plausible to have a bone of armor, I have to agree with. We must let the dead rest.
There are also calcified and maybe hollow.
But
Bones are easy to break. What
But-
kind of armor
but-
do you think you'll make?
also, wait, there's also bones on the other side of the room. The dragon bones. We could also
Mhm.
The ones
use
that have
that.
already been disturbed.
Wait, what?
I presume you
Oh,
didn't
The
oh,
ones
take
that
they
have already
melted.
been disturbed.
They
you
melted.
didn't you didn't take all of them. Like,
Yeah, he took maybe half a skeleton's worth.
yeah, like I presume like from one of the nearest ones. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Can,
Wait,
can
didn't
I,
some
He
of the bones
specifically
melt?
took it from the one that was closest to the giant's body, the one that seemed to kill him.
okay. I'll say sure. If you want to roll just a either like, what the hell would this be? Either like survival to like harvest bone.
I don't know what would the carving check be for a Draco Lich.
For undead, okay. For dragons, normally it's actually a survival check.
Okay, I'm just saying, since it's just the bones of it, it would probably be the same
if it's
carving
bones, medicine, I can
since
see an
it's
argument
the same
for.
carving bones as a dragon skeleton, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, if it's undead specifically, that could include stuff like religion. But it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
undead.
The reason that I say Draco Lich is because it's basically just a dragon skeleton.
Dragon bones. So there's more to a Draco Lich than just bones, of course, but nonetheless.
So I can try
Right.
with the dragon bones, but not the giant skulls. Got it.
Well, technically, if you want to try to carve with the giant bones, I won't stop you, but the party might.
Your moral compass be like.
I am a slut from a fucking fucked up New York. What do you expect?
Touche. Well, Vetzel, if you'd like to roll survival for the carving.
All right, I'm gonna try with the.
How
with
about
the-
we sleep on it first?
Well, I'm doing with the dragons first, since I don't think
Okay.
I was gonna object to the dragons.
I'll
The
say
one-
this is
the
I'll say
body
this
that's
is a
already been
disadvantage because they are old and fossilized and all that shit. You know, they're ancient.
Medicine?
This would be survival because dragons.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
shit.
the more that you look at these bones, the more you realize, like, not only where are these old and ancient, bones looking at these things. Now if you'd like to roll a medicine check for me. 15. You're pretty sure, at least looking at this skeleton and kind of looking briefly at the others, the bones also show some signs of possible malnutrition.
Damn it.
So
Damn.
they were treated
all
like
running low on food.
yeah, they were treated like pets. But also like
Junkyard dogs. Gotcha.
yes. That's
It seems like
that's a
they
good
were
opinion.
all. They might have all been running low on food, right?
I mean, it's after how much time has passed, it's hard to tell the details.
Well, fine. We'll sleep on the giants and see how we feel in the morning. That's what just pulls out his bedroll and cuddles Paimon.
Okay.
Cuddle
Yeah,
Puddle's
fine.
over here. I say
Are we
from my
are we
corner.
just gonna shove all of our bedrolls together?
Cuddle Puddle, Cuddle Puddle, Cuddle Puddle.
The bull
Amiya.
fool.
I presume Ami is forced to partake in the cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Right.
the altar in the middle full?
It's the only thing that's in there currently is
Hard dragon bones.
yeah, like charred, brittle, kind of like crumbly, like dragon bones.
Omen like blows the dust all away and just lays there.
Yeah, you just blow it off, and you just climb into the bowl. Comfy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's smooth.
Puck's gonna go ahead and pat Amiya on the head as Ami heads over to the Cuddle Puddle. Just sorry about your hair,
Well,
by the way.
I'm pretty sure that Amiya still hasn't woken up.
Yeah, Amiya was less walked over there and more carried and dropped, kind of next to Puck in the
I
cuddle
still
bubble.
say it out loud and I still do it, but
Yeah,
Amiya doesn't hear me.
they're asleep. They're out cold as you. Just
Fair
kinda pat them
enough.
on the head.
Sorry.
Actually, hang on. I might be able to. Oops, shit.
Hey, where's Whitkin sleeping?
There we go. Perfect.
He's probably gonna set the bedroll up with his bedroll up by everyone else.
Hmm.
Oh, Vetzel. Well,
Vetzel,
where
you going in the
gonna
cuddle
sleep?
puddle?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Okay,
Hey.
That's all. You get a big hug from Puck.
that's fair.
Hey,
Paimon
sad.
I do
begrudgingly
not know where
also joins the
everyone
cuddle
else's tokens
puddle.
are.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
Yay.
Puck. Not Puck. Paimon begrudgingly joins, but on Vetzel's side, like on the right side, like away from everyone. So they're on like the outside of the cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
So Wit, is there anything you doing in here, looking in this old dilapidated forge area?
I was just trying to. I saw that the token I saw on Mitchum's screen that the Puck's token was in here, but apparently it's not.
Oh,
I'm
weird.
just trying to move my token by everyone else's, but my roll 20 is still lagging.
Gotcha. I'll just move you.
What's it like seeing tokens?
Yeah, there we are. We're in the
Oh,
top right
no.
corner.
Yeah, we're in the top right
I'm
corner
streaming
of
on
the
Discord
room.
if you want it.
Hey, there you
I
go.
am at 72. I don't want to risk it.
Oh, right, yeah, right. That's,
Oh.
yeah, Ghost can't see the
Hey,
stream
that's still
because
good.
of drain power.
72%, not bad.
Fair
72%.
enough. All right,
Oh, just realize.
so So as everyone goes to take their long rest and go to sleep, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
I figured as much from you. So first and foremost, Vetzel, are you using the amulet tonight?
What amulet? The moth amulet?
Correct.
What do you mean, am I using it?
Are you wearing it? Is what I'm assuming.
Are you wearing it?
I haven't taken it off.
Okay.
I don't know if that counts as using it, but I'm wearing it.
Fair enough.
Oh,
are
Joy,
you
this
do-
happens every time I go to sleep.
Are you doing anything in particular with this amulet as you're going to sleep, or are you just,
I am... Vetzel's still kind of like on his wiki phase. He still doesn't quite know what the fuck's going on, so he kind of just like holds it close and he just kind of whispers. The first path enlightenment begins with a single question or whatever the fuck the original saying was, and he just whispers as he goes to sleep, hoping something will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Part of him is like, ah yes, desert, and then part of him is like, ah yes, desert.
And as the cold metallic silver amulet, the moth wings gently flutter in your hand. Wit, are you utilizing the additional effects of the blade in your hand as you dream?
Because I knew what you were going to ask.
Mm-hmm. I heard you immediately say yes, and I was like, well, okay. So we'll go to Vetzel first. As first and foremost, I would like everyone to mute their microphones except for Ghost.
You're about to enter the bizarre zone.
The bizarre zone.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Welcome to the bizarre zone. Population vets.
Imagine, if you will, rice, an abundant food commodity. Now imagine it bizarrely strange.
No.
I thought that was the music you put on. I was like, what horse shit am I in?
No.
I was half ready for you to just lean into it.
Just the Illuminati theme starts playing. No.
It's the X-Files theme, but in the Wii menu theme chord.
That would be hilarious, but no.
There's an actual video of that. It's the X-Files
Oh, I'm not
theme.
surprised.
It's the X-Files theme, but in the Wii shop menu. And it's like slightly off key, so it's more disturbing.
Good night, my fellow party members.
Indeed, as everyone now begins to mute. So, Vetzel, as you slowly drift into rest, and as you kind of mutter the phrase to yourself, as you sort of start drifting off to sleep, feeling the soft bit of warmth of Paimon kind of against your side, as you kind of stare up at the ceiling before your vision slowly fades. And right before your consciousness leaves you, and before you can even react, you can barely feel the wings of the moth amulet begin to flutter. And before you can even react, there is a sudden warmth against your skin. What is originally, like soothing and relaxing to your scales, very quickly becomes familiar as you're like, wait a minute. Your vision comes back to you as you reawaken, and you're staring up at the sun, and you're in the middle of the desert. As currently, before you really even have the chance to really get up, you just hear a meow, and you just look down on your chest, and you just see Paimon sitting on you.
So I have a player to DM question.
Hmm.
Is this meant to happen every time I sleep, or is it because we're in the temple?
Roll an Arcana check. Either Arcana or Religion.
What's higher? Religion, Arcana, they're the same. I have no idea.
8. You're not exactly sure why this is happening. But presumably there's a reason.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. Hang on. I was about to actually add the thing that you did ask from me for before
yeah.
I forgot.
I'm hoping they'll have forgotten about it.
Touche. There you go. Boop.
Hey.
Alright.
Yeah.
Meow.
Well, we are back to where we started. You're still a cat, which I'm starting to think is permanent. Okay. Do I see, like, the same pillar, plinth anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
I don't have any, inspiration to help me here. So I'm
Nope.
flying by the wings of my dice.
It shall be fate.
Investigation?
That decides. Perception.
30-20. That, yeah.
Okay. Oops, shit. 320. Okay. One moment, please. As I need to prepare a few things. Let me. So once again, as you kind of like gently kind of just nudge Paimon off, you're like, come on, get off. For you to actually like kind of stand up and kind of get your bearings. Looking around, for one thing, you don't see the pillar anymore. At least on the horizon line. However, you do at least recognize once again the colored dunes around you as at least the colored but also pale but also not dunes of presumably sand scattered all around you. And you notice a few things before you continue in any direction. Namely, looking to the left of you, to the left of you, to presumably the west? Question mark. Directions. It's a bit hard to get a bearing here. And to the right of you, towards the east. To the east of you, if I can actually get a thing to do it. There is. You almost notice as things progressively get more and more colorful. Until eventually it reaches out into a long, expansive, vast sea of what looks like just pure color to the right of you. However, to the left, it almost seems to get progressively paler, for lack of a better term, but also, like, it almost reminds you of a field of grass, or at least a field of something compared to just the blank, kind of barren dunes of sand. That the fibers or grass or whatever your mind is processing it as continues to get taller as it continues.
So I have Valhalla, or I have growing forest. Help. Last time I went towards the really colorful side, I saw God, so... You know what? Let's go to the gray side, see how this goes.
Okay. As you continue, as you go on to the left, continuing on, I would like you to roll for me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, it's wisdom this time.
Actually, no, sorry, this would be... fine, I'll allow it this time. Actually, it technically would be Constitution, but I'll still allow the roll. It's higher. It would be higher anyways. Well, never mind. It's about the same. Whatever. It's either way, even with the modifiers, it's high enough. As you continue on... If I can actually get the picture. I'm sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Please stand by. No, sorry.
Betzel just in his own head is like moving right along in search of good times and good moods. As he's just wandering into what looks like a Samurai Shampoo movie filter.
As you start to get closer and closer to what your mind interprets as grass, you realize as your tail comes into contact with it, it feels weird. It's less grass and more
It's razors,
like...
isn't it?
No, it's not sharp. It almost reminds you of either like tendrils or like open roots or like this sort of like network of connected like either synapses or mycelium or some form of interconnected sort of network.
Mushroom, let's go.
However, and as you reach the edge of this field, you notice as some of these strands like sort of intertwine together and get progressively taller and taller as they go up. And you see before you this.
Oh. Hello, Resident Evil. It's been a while, my old friend. Is that a person?
You see what you see before you.
Huh. Half Poison Ivy, half Resident Evil. Wonderful.
And as you come up to
How big is it?
As you start moving closer and closer, first off, you start to see several others, and they get progressively more and more kind of clustered as it continues further off into the distance. However, at the first one you see, this thing reaches up into the sky and almost seemingly extends further beyond. Like, it's almost like you're looking at the base. As you're looking at the base of it, it's about, maybe about as thick as like a medium to smallerish sized tree. But as you try to look up at its branches, it almost seems indefinite. Like, as if you can't see where it ends.
Go look in images and GIFs.
Let me look briefly. God damn it. I can't show it on stream, but it's just the gif of the guy looking up just... Ah!
Okay,
however...
this looks...
Before I finish... as you're looking around, do you also see at the base, almost kind of written, you're not sure if it's part of the base of whatever this trunk is, or if it's like a separate, object, there is an engraving of it looks like some type of language.
Okay, can I...
And unfortunately...
Can I...
if you once again just yeah, unfortunately it is in a language that you do not understand, as Paimon's just kind of looking up at you.
Okay.
They just give you a knowing look, like, come on.
Right. This is where I use the charcoal and write it down, so I have it in the real world, right?
If a cat could sigh... If a cat could sigh in relief, there is just a look of just, oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, we're firing all cylinders now. Vetzel takes some charcoal. I need to buy a fucking pen when we get back. This is gonna keep happening. Vetzel takes some charcoal and writes it down, and presumably has more time to walk around since he's not exhausted yet.
Well, before that happens, I'd like you to roll another wisdom. This time, yeah, wisdom save. Properly this time. $15. Welcome back. As you try to, write it down... This is weird. Because as you try to start, like, writing what you like trying to recreate the symbols, you almost find your hand actually creating letters, like in, in your native tongue, in Scale tongue.
What the fuck? I
And
yeah.
you keep going.
I keep writing. I'm
Okay.
trying my best.
And as you continue just letting your brain kind of process and write down what you're thinking, seeing, you're not exactly sure what's happening. However, it inevitably ends up reading... hang on. Find
No, that was
yourself... oh, sorry.
Sorry, Puck said the path of enlightenment begins with a single thought. No, I assumed this is going to be different, Puck.
Yeah.
That was the first thing he
I
read.
know, yeah. Find yourself and dream within a dream.
Okay. Find myself, dream within the dream. So... Okay, Paimon, this points me in two directions. Either I have to go find myself in this place, or I have to fall asleep and go deeper.
Paimon nods.
Like, fall asleep and go deeper?
You can't tell if it was to both, or one, or neither.
Okay. Betty, I need your help because I'm really out of my element here. I'm starting to have a panic attack. Left paw for find myself here, or right paw for going to sleep?
They hold up both their paws.
Okay. He kind of just stands up and like pinches like the snoot of his newt, his little snoot. Okay. I'm going to go into the forest of whatever the fuck this is. Or do you think I can make it back to the field of color?
Paimon shrugs.
Will I be coming back here? Later?
Paimon points at your chest. And kind of reaches up to try to pat at it.
Necklace. As long as I have the necklace, I can come back here eventually.
You look down at your necklace. It's currently flapping, like a butterfly or a moth, gently kind of resting their wings.
I hold up the butterfly, and I turn around 360 degrees to see if it flutters in one direction or not.
You hold it up. It's still chained to your neck. It's still a necklace.
I know. I'm holding it up to where I can see it. So
Yeah,
I'm looking down.
Yeah, you hold it up eye level to you, and the eyes almost can the eye spots on the wings almost seem to as you're looking at this thing eye level and they're just slowly fluttering. You swear you see one of them blink?
Can I tell what direction it happened when it blinked?
Roll a D. Hang on. Actually, let me just roll. It seemed to do it in a easterly direction. Though, you're just kind of looking at it again, and it just kind of periodically just blinks again.
So it's not really blinking in one direction specifically. I feel like this is you go one way, you stick with it. So I'm gonna go into the Resident Evil forest.
Okay. In that case...
And I'm just gonna be calling out Vettel, try and find myself.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
Paimon service animal.
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm. Now roll for me a wisdom save. You have managed to beat your own save. And as you start to continue looking along, there, like, as you kind of call out your name, it's less that you hear something back and more that you feel it. As there's almost this kind of like gentle tug at like the very at like this pit of yourself, like right between basically between both of your pecs, like you know that sensation when you feel your heart drop into your stomach, around that kind of area.
Okay.
As you know, you kind of sense and feel out that kind of tug in your system as you kind of continue moving along. Eventually, as you as you're looking around at these different stalks, you can't really make out faces or appearances, but like you almost feel a sort of attraction, or at least a nostalgia, for lack of a better term, looking at one of these stalks eventually in front of you. As if there's a familiarity or a connection of some kind in your head, but you can't really process, like, you don't have the memory as to why.
Hard to tell if this is some deep introspection, or I fear part of my past is catching up to me.
We'll say at this point you'll have to have you roll another wisdom save. Also realized each time you're technically making a check, it should be a saving throw, but
Oh, I don't know how to do saving throws. Hang on, let me find saving throw.
It's in the box just above your skills.
Oh, skill. Skill. Oh, okay. Hang on.
You're good. 19.
That's what I should have been doing. I know that.
So, as you manage to hold on to your mind in this place, as you're progressing through and you're kind of like taking a moment of self-awareness now, you're not sure if you're hearing voices or some kind of whispering or something along the wind, or if it's even just the wind itself, though you don't feel any current. As this almost sensation kind of blows past you, moving through this place, as Paimon just seems to walk up to the base of this stalk of this nostalgic trunk, this nostalgic string or strand that goes off into the heavens, and then they just sit there patiently and look up at you.
Okay, are you the trunk? Is the ferryman the trunk? Like,
They're just looking up at you blankly.
I'm really convinced you're not my rat anymore, and someone else is taking hold of you. Okay, let's think.
The cat shrugs.
Yeah, that's not help. That's not feeling with confidence, buddy. Okay. So there's this figure that looks familiar, but for the life of me, I can't place it. I'm hearing something on the wind, and my cat is just staring down.
To clarify, the stalk feels familiar, as much as it doesn't have any kind of face to it, or like appearance to it.
But it
like,
feels
really.
familiar.
Yes.
I go put my hand on the stalk.
Okay, you place your hand upon it. It feels weird. As you put your hand on it, there's almost this tingle at the base of your neck. Like almost like this, not necessarily pins and needles, but almost like if you had hairs to stand on end, there would be. Like this brief, like, kind of tingling sensation, like kind of at the base of your spine, where your spinal column meets with your skull.
I punched the tree.
Roll a con save. So, as you punch the base of the stalk, you just suddenly get a pulse of intense pain at the very base of your neck. Your head is throbbing, as if you basically as if you just got assaulted with a fucking migraine. It feels like your brain is burning right now. As you kind of buckle over and kind of grasping at your head, and Paimon just looks at you like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" Like, you fucking idiot.
Okay, so it's me. I have found me. Okay. I have found me.
Roll another wisdom save with disadvantage after you've punched the tree. Somehow! I mean, I suppose...
Stand up, Boyle!
I suppose the pain has helped to reinvigor you.
Dad always said I was a masochist. Get up! Okay.
Paimon says no. Paimon can't say anything, but they almost seem to choose to say nothing.
Okay. This is me. And you told me yes to both finding myself and sleeping.
Meow.
Okay. I'm going to be completely honest. Part of me really wants to burn this tree, see what happens, but I don't think that's wise.
His, Paimon's eyes widen, like fucking dinner plates, the fuck?
Right. I don't know if this is some spirited quest to kill my old self, to move on, to find confidence, to find I deserve happiness or something.
I'll just say at this point, roll for me an intelligence check.
Which is the thing itself.
Yes. An intelligence check, not a save. 15. After the first punch, and the more you're trying to process what the fuck this thing is, you almost get the vibes that, yes, this is you, but it seems to be more like, considering the location that started to really fucking hurt when you basically punched it, as if you just something just fucking clocked you right in the back of the neck and then just made you start seeing stars. You think this is your brain, your consciousness, your self?
Okay. Two options. I either burn it, and see if that appeases the god in some sick, twisted game, or I lay down, meditate, and fall asleep to go deeper.
Paimon lays down on their belly and looks up at you.
I assume that's a strong inkling to not burn the tree.
Meow. they just have a begrudging nod.
Can you be straight with me, buddy, and say, am I at least supposed to meditate or fall asleep?
Paimon holds both of their arms up again.
Either or. Okay. Okay, we've done this. Yoga night back at the club. We can do this.
Okay, and as you do so, I'd like you to roll another wisdom save. Continue.
Vetzel is going to lay down, start meditating until he falls asleep.
Okay.
He's mostly just going to try and... Sorry.
No, you go.
He's mostly just going to try and focus on, the tree, what he's hearing on the wind, just trying to, sort of sono himself out of every other emotion that's bubbling in his own head.
Okay. And as you do so, as you start to try to fall asleep despite the heat and the intensity of the sand around you, even beneath the roots and network, there is at least some aspect of shade and some aspect of peace to this place. It is less of a intense, powerful heat and more of a soothing warmth. And that warmth slowly begins to cool. Not harshly, but still noticeably. As eventually, rather than the sound of blowing sand, you almost hear the rustling of, leaves and trees in the breeze. As eventually your vision comes back to you, and you're in a forest at the base of a tree. And Paimon is looking over, just kind of still in the same spot they were before, laying down, just looking over at you, just. Meh.
Okay. Forest. I look back up at the truck that would have been where I was to see if it still seems familiar, if it still
You
seems
look
like
up.
me.
You see this beautiful old looking like. I mean, similar to before, the edges of your vision still kind of get blurry and fuzzy, but it is this old, beautiful looking, ancient like oak tree of some kind. Standing tall and heavy and hardy. As the canopy almost extends up high into similarly to before into the heavens. And there is that calling sensation, that sense of nostalgia, compared to being just the tree, now just seems to be kind of in every which way. It doesn't seem to have a source anymore.
Okay.
And I'd like you to roll another wisdom save.
Well,
And unfortunately, at this point, as your mind begins to process and the cool of the new locale you are in begins to take to your skin, unfortunately, the vision at your edges, as you're still trying to take in what exactly is around you, it progressively gets fuzzier and foggier at the sides of your vision before eventually the fog turns to black and you wake up. However, before we move on to the morning, we can finally move on to Wit, as Vetzel, I'd like you to mute yourself, and Oz, I would like you to unmute.
God damn spirit plane bullshit.
How you doing, Oz? So,
Good.
that's good. So, Wit. As, once again, you slowly drift off into sleep. Feeling almost somewhat consciously your new blade, Weal, your new sword at your side, seemingly dormant, but still has much potential within it for the future. And as you begin to dream, your consciousness almost seems to at least awaken in some place as you open your eyes and compared to the stories of the intense kind of like scorching heat of before, it is cool. But as you open your eyes, you're almost in a thick, dense layer of fog. And as you try to open your eyes and try to look around and kind of stand up, this place seems to be empty. Isn't the right word, but it still seems vacant. Almost seems like there is simultaneously like everything and nothing here. There's a lot of nothing. This is the weirdest way I could describe it. But like
Under my feet.
You look down at your feet, you feel weightless isn't the right word, but like because you can still kind of walk, but like you don't really feel your footsteps. As you kind of like try to put your quote unquote weight down moving forward.
Right. I just wondered what I was walking on.
Okay, yeah, you look down and it's just gray, just fog.
Okay. I guess I'll pick a direction and start moving.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom save.
wake up.
Natural 1. So... One moment, please.
Actually, can I use my inspiration in Regimentus?
You can. However, I will first... first I would like to roll severity. Would you like to use a point of inspiration?
Yes.
Okay. Reroll. Okay, better. Because when you rolled a natural 1, I rolled for severity and got a natural 20. So with a 9, so whatever timeline that was going...
Bad.
Low number's good, high number's bad on severity.
Okay.
So a nat 1 mixed with a nat 20 is the worst roll you could have gotten. But luckily, that timeline never happened. As with a 9, you're looking out into the darkness. Well, I should say not even into the dark. There is no light, there is no dark. It is just fog. And as you begin to walk, you swear for a moment you feel a presence, almost kind of behind you, like almost like this feeling at the back of your mind that you're being watched. And before you have the chance to even really turn around, there is the cold sensation of liquid running down your neck. And as you look down, you see blood spilling down the front of your chest, as now you can feel the pressure on your windpipe as whatever massive maw has clamped itself around your neck, and you quickly begin to choke on your own blood. And before you even have the chance to even respond, you in a nightmare you had been hunted, and you wake up.
Boo.
And so Vetzel, Vetzel and Wit, you both wake up at approximately the same time the next morning.
That's unfair. He got an hour, like nearly an hour of it, and I got what, 10 seconds?
I'm sorry. Honestly, to also at this point, everyone can mute. I'll just say for the sake of this to look briefly behind the curtain. I was flipping the hourglass every single time, and every time the sand ran out, I had them roll another wisdom save, and it just kept rolling fucking high. So
yeah,
you just get...
legit. Like,
yeah, because apparently you want to be a class that has a bonus to wisdom save in this game.
At least when you're dreaming.
That's why I say in this game.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some shit, and then part of me really wanted to set the tree on fire from the get-go, and then you're like, you feel it in your head. I was like, this is a bad idea. Don't burn your psyche, man.
Yeah. So, I would probably, like I said, it is both Wit and Vetzel are both awakened. Pit, you almost instinctively kind of like grab at the base of your neck, feeling it. You feel warmth. There is no gash. There is no cut. There is no pressure. And you're just kind of woke up in like kind of a cold sweat.
Is there any chance that Puck could have woken up already and been toying with some medicine stuff outside?
I'd say at this point both Puck and well, not Puck, both Wit and Vetzel are the first to wake up. Though Puck could be a close second. We'll get to I'll say when.
Stand up and see if he can tell what time it is from the outside. Not even say anything.
Survival check. Eight. You're lucky you picked the corner, because you can kind of see the light of the this crack of bright light coming out through the door. Presumably it's at least daytime, if not morning. Though what time, it's hard to tell from here. As luckily, with the position that Omen is currently sleeping in, like, their head is faced away from the door, so they're not currently getting blinded.
Dude, that light way after a hangover is gonna be fucking killer. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, never mind. Well, yeah, you guys keep talking. Let me look up the rules for hangovers.
Vetzel just kind of like wakes up and like clutches the pendant.
I love that there are rules for hangovers.
Dude, you drank thousands of years old.
Yeah, I know. Come
You
on,
drank
it can't be that
ancient
bad.
giant mead. I'm sorry,
Well,
it's gonna fuck
But
you
the
up.
question is, was Omen staying hydrated?
Nope.
No.
No, the fuck he ain't.
Well, after the
That's-
fight, you know.
Vetzel just kind of like wakes up, looks to Wit, and goes, I went back to the place. It was different.
He's gonna turn his back towards Betzel, pull his hair up. Is there any blood on my neck?
Is there?
Roll a medicine check.
Medicine.
Because he doesn't. I know he didn't feel anything wet, but he didn't. I couldn't tell if he could feel
17.
something dry.
17.
So, as you, kind of, like, start to look at the base of their neck, it's weird, like, it almost shows, like, the barest hint of, like, a sign of, like, this bruising, or, like, this faint kind of, like, mark, in, like, several points around, like, kind of the, like, on both sides, of the base of the neck, like, near the collarbone. Like, it doesn't look deep enough that it would have caused blood or anything, but there is almost a, like, at least a pressure, or, like, you know, like if a kid bit you, or something like that, like, the amount of pressure that would give. There's, like, a slight indentation with, like, the barest hint of bruising.
Vetzel kind of looks at it and goes, there's slight bruising. It's like something bit you.
Also, before we forget, for Wit.
Did you have a spiritual dream as well?
Also, before I forget, after waking up from the experience, Wit, you take 4 points of stress.
Oh, what the fuck?
That exhaustion?
I
Nope,
just felt that in my
not
bones.
Not exhaustion.
Yeah.
Stress.
Mood.
Where?
On the right-hand side of your character sheet, above
stress
where it's
level.
at. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, stress and afflictions.
So I'm at 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
There's fucking stress in here? Wait, where is that? I want to see that.
Above
It's,
exhaustion, on the core tab.
Middle right core tab, yeah.
Yeah, it's below wounds and injuries. And above
Oh,
exhaustion effects.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Long story
Stress
short,
level.
well, if we get to 20, we'll see what happens when you get enough stress.
Fuck.
Really
And
good stuff.
Burnout.
yeah.
Nature, we don't need to roleplay stress, okay? I already have enough.
Yeah, sorry. But yes, for Wit, you take 4 points of stress, and you do not gain the effects of a long rest.
So 1 point of exhaustion.
Not yet.
Right.
I love how nature is borderline so many fucking backseats to his characters that it's not quite grievous injury annoyance, but it's just like that seems
It's annoying.
I have
You
no idea what you're
can't- you
talking
can't do
about.
shit. You can't do shit.
What's with this
We got some
realist
conditions.
bullshit, my D&D?
it's like, well, no one's chopped off my arm yet, but I don't put it past you, my guy.
The fuck you mean?
There's fucking
I'm already
stress.
stressed
There's
enough in the
I
wheel.
know there's a PTSD button on this thing.
Oh, we haven't even talked about diseases, honey. Speaking of, let me roll. Actually, wait, no, sorry. Amiya was not. Well, Amiya was with. with Omen for a while yesterday evening for several hours. Give me a moment. Okay, they're fine. Continue.
Did I get any heals from the long rest?
You still get the effects of a long rest. However, let me check.
I know something. I know.
Let me double check the drunkenness rules.
Nature, I only have two spell slots. And you make sure I can't use any level 1 spells.
How dare you!
My only cantrips
Oh no,
are
you can't do catapult anymore! Fuck!
tactical stuff.
Can I pray to Saint Genix to remove some stress and or at least give them their spell slots back?
I don't know if you can really do much to them specifically. You didn't get any stress in your situation.
Really like this song that Nature is playing right now.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's so calming. It's a mix of
I don't hear
classical.
calming. I hear friggy carnival bullshit.
No.
I don't know if I get carnival vibes from it. But...
Yeah, same.
You know what I
I
get
can
from
see the
this?
carnival-esque sort of
You know what I get
aspect,
from this? This is gonna be a very deep cut for anyone below the age of 20. This gives me huge Parasite Eve vibes.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah,
nope,
same
me
here.
either.
Oh god, I'm in a room of children. I'm the oldest one here.
No, I think I got
22.
you.
Are you? Mitch
I got you
definitely-
beat by a
almost
couple years.
definitely
Yeah,
is.
sorry, buddy.
How old are you?
So, finishing a long rest reduces a creature's drunkenness to 0. However, when a creature loses at least 1 level of drunkenness as a result of finishing a long rest, the creature must make a Constitution saving throw at the end of the long rest. The DC
So
for
what,
the
you have to
saving
make,
throw
like,
equals
5?
the DC of the saving throw equals 4 times the drunkenness level before they started the long rest.
12.
Okay. So I have to
Uh,
make what? How many?
It's 4 times. Yeah, it's a DC 12 con save.
Rolling.
Ooh.
4.
Gotta get that Bloody Mary,
A creature
buddy.
that fails this saving throw is poisoned for a number of hours equal to the value by which they failed this saving throw. So,
Well, but Omen has a point.
if you
Inspiration!
if you wish to use a point of inspiration to avoid a hangover, go for it. Okay,
Come on.
got me
Come
a 12.
Come on. Big money, no whammies. Come on. Come on.
My condolences. Well, at least you've shortened it from 8 hours to being poisoned for 2 hours.
Okay.
As you wake up,
wait. Can I throw up?
You can, but that won't help the hangover.
Man,
You should have thrown up. You should have thrown up before you went to bed.
In fact,
Has anyone
yeah.
heard from Zelman?
But I did gain hit points. That what's matter, right? I gained hit points.
Yes, you still get a full rest. You get all your stuff back.
Okay. It's my sickness still there, but I took a long rest too.
That is correct. Okay, so that was the con save for the drunkenness. Now let me double check another thing. God, there's a lot of stuff.
I still have my sniffles.
Indeed.
You're hungover and you've got the flu. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, it's not a good combination of things.
If
but
the
I can fight.
If the fucking shrimp on this island don't kill you, your own immune system will.
Hey.
He can kill you.
You still have the same effects as before. Still have the -2 to int and -2 to wisdom. Unfortunately, there is no. You don't make a con save today. It is not progressed.
I look at everyone and I say, "We really need to get back to the camp. I need some healing."
You sniffle.
Have any of y'all heard from Zelman?
Hmm?
Has
Nerd
anyone heard
much.
from Zoman?
I have
Or
not heard from Omen.
Once again, I
Zoman.
do want to, as we kind of
Zolman.
are,
Oh,
Zoman. Oh.
Yeah.
Zolman.
as we're kind of cleaning up and packing up bedrolls and stuff like that, I do want to use my kits to try and mix some stuff together.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll say in the first couple hours of the morning. What you processing, my dude?
I want to go ahead and try mixing one of. I want to try and cut some shaves off of the enchanted wood and make it like kind of like almost like a little bit of tindering.
Okay.
Use 1 unit of that, and I want to mix that with a onkeg venom gland, please.
Are you
Okay.
are you trying to make a poison smoke bomb?
I'll say for this, roll me a, what would this be? You're using your poisoner's kit for this, yes?
That is correct, yes. I
Roll
have
for-
my alchemist supplies and my poisoner's kits. So I'm
Okay.
using those.
Roll me an intelligence check using your poisoner's kit.
If I just click on poisoner's kit, is it gonna roll that? Let's see.
You have to click. I believe you have to toggle like what modifier.
I've got it. You said intelligence check. Perfect.
Correct. 10. As you try to start kind of shaving off a basically just like a slight bit of like the arcane wood shavings off into a little bit of the onkeg venom and start to try and kind of process it. It kind of starts to blacken and like smoke and bubble over before you're like, maybe that wasn't the best idea. As you didn't use up a usage of the arcane wood. However, you're pretty sure you've ruined the onkeg venom.
Should experiment.
Yeah, I didn't really get
Do
the
I
result
have
you
any
wanted.
more like? No, I don't. I was gonna ask if I have any healing stuff left over that you could try and make health potion out of, but I don't.
I still have 1 count of onkeg venom gland, so we're okay. We haven't lost much.
Okay.
Nature, quick question.
Quick answer.
I'm not drunk anymore, but I am
Correct.
poisoned.
Yes. Basically, the poisoned condition is your hangover for the next 2 hours.
Okay, do I take
You're not-
damage?
No. Okay, poison condition. Let me just list what that does.
I got disadvantage on attacks, don't I? I feel it.
You have a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks for the next 2 hours.
Shit. Alright. I gotcha. Alright.
What are your ability checks you have disadvantage on?
It's all ability checks.
All of them. All of them.
Oh.
Got Bane.
Not only that, I'm gonna be your fucking scout.
Yeah. Vetzel goes up to you and goes, "Oh, by the way, you entrusted me with keeping the gems safe and said I could have them."
He starts tapping all over himself and looking
Yeah,
where the gems
Yeah,
are.
you're patting over yourself like, wait, where'd it go? Oh, fuck.
Wait, what happened to the gems?
I
thought I
have
kept
them.
it safe. Oh,
You
you
told
have
me. You told me you would steal better things from this world, and that I should be allowed to have one nice thing since I'm a prostitute who is homeless. So you did it out of an act of generosity.
Well, actually, when we go back into nature, what was the city again? For real minute?
Everton,
New
the port
Arcaster,
city.
right?
The
Everton's
port
the
city,
port
yeah.
city. New Arcaster is the nation,
yeah.
but then there's also
Okay.
New Arcaster City, which is the capital.
Wait,
Ah.
what was the name?
Everton is the port city.
Everton.
That's
Okay,
Yes.
Everton. Okay, so mostly it was what I plan on the gems is when we go back after this mission, we are going to be selling those gems to earn some gold, at least some extra gold. Speaking of our mission, what's our next of our plan really?
I believe we should head back to camp to try and at least say that we should regroup, and apparently that our enemy is farther ahead than we anticipated.
Yeah, I heard that while I was outside with Anya. I heard Wit saying some things. It was a little blurry on my end, but I think I got the gist of it.
Well, yeah, and Gregor still has some friends missing that we have to help find.
As much as Zoman, are you out there? Can you please? Fuck.
Puck?
No, not that, not that.
I get the
How do
feeling
I
this is going to
communicate
become a
with Zoman?
recurring joke.
Oh, it's going to.
How are we going to communicate with Zoman now that I think about it? He mostly just communicates with us. And the fact that he hasn't say anything for these, well, today at least, I feel like something went down.
They just disappeared to do their own thing again.
Do you really think that they'll do that? I mean, yeah, they're explorers and stuff like that, but do you really think they'll leave us like that? I mean, I know we all have our gist and all of our goals and stuff like that, but staying in numbers seems to go pretty well on our end. Really.
These people have also been surviving here for a while on their own, so I'm pretty sure they're capable.
But what happens if they encountered our foes? Now that I think about it, we haven't really encountered our foes, really.
We actually have.
Who encountered them?
It was Vit and someone else. It was during our night watch when we were sleeping in the cave.
It was Amia, so it was.
And none of you care to share this information with me?
I was told not to.
I thought we.
Wait, why?
Didn't we
thought
tell
we were
the
all in
party?
this together. I thought we were all in this together.
No, hold up. Didn't we tell the party?
Did we?
I have no
Um,
recollection if we did.
I know multiple people were told about the pamphlet. Well, I think everyone who went on watch was told about it, and Omen was one of the few people that was unconscious and wasn't, that weren't conscious to be told.
He was kind of very too much out of it to talk to.
He just came back from almost dying, so.
Well, this is valuable information. This is now valuable information for all of us. Come on, fill me in the details. What happened?
Apparently, there was some crazy chick with a wolf cat who tried to offer one of us sanctuary, and those are apparently the cultists we are trying to kill, and they've already made contact with the orcs, so we might be against.
Okay, this is.
If one of the party members could roll a D100 for me,
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Wit.
Mm-hmm.
That is a soft 20. Well, it's a D100, so it's not. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Uno momento. Let me check what a 20 does.
Guys, I'm scared.
Your lands be fucking.
You're fine.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been playing so much Call of Duty recently that I have my D100 in my shirt pocket right now.
Nice. Is anyone heading out of the chamber? Oh right, yeah. Puck got out of the chamber. Puck, as you look out onto the horizon.
I was also planning on going and seeing the sunrise.
Okay. Yeah. As you kind of come outside next to Puck, you see heavy clouds as the few glimpses of god rays you kind of peeking through the white canvas of the sky outside slowly begins to concede as the curtains close, and it doesn't look like it's going to necessarily rain, but it's pretty heavily cloudy.
Puck is he's just kind of like trying to clean out his pit and his vials and stuff of the black sludge that has developed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little waterfall nearby that you can kind of rinse it off in to try to clean it out, some of the gunk out.
I cut out completely. I'm sorry.
No worries.
You're good.
Yep.
What'd I miss?
It's overcast.
Gunk. That's all I heard. Gunk.
It is overcast, and Puck is cleaning out his poisoner's kit.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Alright, so with the information that has been told to us, well, the orcs, they managed to get into one tribe of orcs. Our goal is to basically eliminate the cultists while also reuniting two tribes. Someone can correct me on that one.
If I remember what the bitch in brass was telling us, we are to try and fool the orcs into working with us to help them eliminate the pirates, but that we are also trying to make the orcs subservient to the new coming Arcasters.
Okay?
It should be easy. We just have to make friends.
I have an idea. Actually, my idea is what Puck said. Actually, no, it's my idea. But it's not from the orcs that we're going to be making friends with. It's our little friends from cultists.
No.
No. Hear me out. It does look a little bit sketchy, but if we can take them out from the inside, then we can possibly, be
Too
able
dangerous.
to.
There's so many more
Woman,
women there of us, and even if we tried to take them out from the inside, there are enough of them to kill us all.
That is if they can catch us.
We need to make an alliance.
And I hate to tell you this, Omen, they're all apparently spellcasters, which means they're more powerful than us.
You gotta add more details to this information, man.
The sun
Come
continues
on.
to move in the sky as you folks converse.
Okay, I think we should talk while we go back.
Yeah, walk and talk. Walk and talk.
Yeah.
Walk and talk.
It seems
Walk
as
and
if
talk.
it's not like them either.
So.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck. It's been so long since I've seen this map. This map.
Also,
This
sadly, I
patch
do
of-
have to go.
Okay.
Oh no!
No.
It's a mix of my
Hopefully-
iPad dying and I have to go take my meds.
Hopefully by next week you'll have a decent enough setup and we'll stop using fucking bang.
I really hope, man. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
And you can spend more time with us.
Yeah. So there, man.
Bye.
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 Okay. So.
Okay. So
who's scouting? Who's navigating?
Me.
All right. In that case, first off, let's see.
Yes.
Well, first, who's navigating? We'll cover that first.
I believe I am still navigating. Yes.
We'll take it one roll at a time.
Okay. I am navigating.
Okay. In that case, survival or navigators. Oh, that's a bit loud.
Did I need to get some navigator's tools? Please be good.
Probably a temp.
Let's go.
Natural 20. You are just fine. You're literally just like, oh, we're just fucking following the river. Like, it's whatever. Who cares? Like it's.
Do we get instantly go back home?
It's a bit hard to go. It's a bit hard to get lost.
No, we want these movements. This is fresh. That means we get more rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts. All right.
Wait,
what happened to Oz? What the fuck?
Oz is dead. No.
Yeah. No. He got snatched up by the mist.
Yeah, just but yeah. And then Omen, if you would like to roll a
Scout.
Perception with disadvantage.
Okay, come on. Big money, no whammies. Fuck, it wasn't.
Unfortunate. So, you're for the first couple hours, like, oh god, I mean, at least the sun isn't in your eyes, which is good, but like, oh god, all the sounds, your ears are ringing, like...
all the fucking birds!
Yeah, all these fucking birds. If the frogs could shut the fuck up, like...
If the fucking insects would stop fucking all over the damn place.
Yeah, like, the first frost hasn't happened yet, so you're still occasionally, like, snapping at mosquitoes, like, son of a fucking... you're not feeling great.
Discord decided that crashing was a fun idea.
Oh no!
No worries, welcome back.
No worries, welcome back.
Or you didn't miss much.
I got a
Probably
natural
rolled a
20
4.
on perception, but
No,
it's
you
a
did not.
disadvantage.
No, it's a 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the first couple, like after the first couple hours, it slowly starts to go away. Like, okay, all right, where the fuck are we?
Slowly getting there.
As you're keeping an eye out, like the throbbing headache slowly begins to fade as you're continuing, but nonetheless, you don't hear any signs of active movement, or anything. It's just the sounds of the wilderness.
So for roleplay purposes, Omen jumps off the tree because that's mostly what he does when it comes to scouting. He jumps on trees like a monkey. Okay.
Ook.
Naruto
So
ninja.
I have this crazy theory. Oh yeah, I think it is. Do you guys think Gregor and his crew are part of the cult?
I don't think so. Nothing that they've said or done would make me think they could be, but
No, they didn't try to advertise the cult like the other people did, and they've been openly helping us.
But what are the chances? Since, well, one of us encountered them, what's to say that they don't encounter our group,
well, we haven't
No,
been to
Gregor's
the
group.
beach yet,
Greg-
but they
No,
said
no,
that they
Gregor's
just
group.
got shipwrecked. I know.
Well, no. What I'm trying to say is the people, the cultists that we're hunting down. What's to say that they haven't gotten into Gregor's group? They encountered
Gregor
us.
seems like a logical man. I don't think he'd fall to a cult.
I think it's a possibility, but I don't think it's very likely.
He seems much more like a man of science than relying on just trust.
Possibly. I just hope that they're safe, really, because, well, it's been days,
trust them.
really, since we've been gone.
I feel like together they're just as strong as we are. They just got separated.
Possibly, yeah. There's also one more member that is missing, and from what I can gather, and what Zoman manages to told me, he's basically I guess I can count that as a loose cannon. He's basically brash.
Wild card, yes.
Well, it should be our job to save him next. That's why we're heading home.
Well, no, that's the problem, really. We can't keep saving everyone because our task is dealing with this cultist and not saving an expedition. The woman that we approached on that day in that tavern, the one that gave us this mission, it's mostly the task that was given to us is eliminating the cultists, not save an expedition. As much as yeah, it feels good to save the people, but our mission is slowly dwindling. Like from what I've heard, they managed to get in contact with one of the orc tribes.
If we can bring them with us to help ally with the orcs, I think that would really help.
The bigger our group size is, the better. More friends.
All right, we can do that. We can.
Besides, if we have more backup, that means that if we do have to fight the cult with brute force, we aren't going to die immediately.
Bodies to expend, then I guess. Well, if that's the case,
No, not that.
Go.
More healing. Don't you remember?
Oh yeah, Catwayne. Yeah, that.
Flashback to Catwayne kicking Omen in the balls.
She's different.
Yeah. I would not call them expendable bodies. I would call them backup friends.
As the day continues on to the afternoon.
Who wants to take a prospect? Do we get a prospect?
Does anyone want to go?
Disadvantage.
Does anyone want to prospecting?
I guess I'll look for something along the lines of like fucking good berries or some shit. Something to make me feel a little bit better.
If you want to, you looking for medicine or are you looking for food?
Medicine. Something to make me feel not bloodied.
That is fair. Roll for me a nature check.
I can't, because my Chrome crashed. Would someone...
Ah, shit! Alright, I'll do it.
Nature, roll for it!
Yeah, to stay on call...
I shall puppet wit and roll for them.
Yeah, it was either.
Zoman, is that
Oh, they're all 20.
Oh, that's Madison.
Zelman's
Whoops.
here.
To nature.
you?
Oh, right, the voice. Sorry. Skadoosh! That is a nature
Ooh.
check, which is a natural 1.
Oh, natural 1. Fuck.
Natural 1 for a 4. Let me roll for severity.
Yeah, no, there's no medicine.
No medicine.
There's no pharmacy.
Okay.
Die.
As you're continuing along, trying to look around, like, all right, is there any bushes or anything, signs of like something? Eventually, you as you're looking through the bushes, and trying to sift around, eventually you actually like. You actually trip on a branch as you eventually look, like, oh hey, I think this might be a branch. Oh shit, fuck! As your foot catches on one of the branches, and you kind of tumble and fall into a thorn bush. As you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Now I'm actually bloody. I shouldn't have tried for anything at all.
Unfortunately, not feeling great. Nonetheless, that is for the morning of the first trek adventure. Now moving on to the afternoon, another scouting and another navigation, as well as
I got us home, boys. Let's go.
That's good. Which would you like to try to attempt another prospecting, or are you good?
No, you
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna crash
Yeah,
in the tent once I get
yeah.
back.
Yeah, you eventually rejoin with the party, just kind of rubbing and just kind of like trying to cover up the scratches and nicks with at least
Roll for
something to cover the bleeding.
perception still, or is it over
At this
because we
at
got?
this point, it's a straight roll because your hangover has since diminished.
Woo! Dope. I'm back.
Omen's back, baby. It only took 3 sessions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
baby! That's
it
what
took
we're
only
for.
3
It's one of my
sections.
bad. 15, nice. So, as you once again climb back up, kind of jumping from tree to tree, and eventually hearing the sound of running water, and following along with the sound of running water, and looking out along the edge of the river until it eventually reaches the clearing where the house normally is. You keep an ear out, listening as you make your way up towards the clearing, and it's quiet. And you poke your head out.
Too quiet.
You poke your head out through to the clearing. There is no smoke. There is no fire coming from the bonfire, and it's quiet. There's nothing there. Well,
The tent's gone?
Oh,
God.
wait. Omen jumps down from the tree and holds his hand up to stop everyone from their train.
you look out where because you look out, you still at least see the hut, the building at the very least.
What's wrong, Omen?
Something's wrong. It's too quiet. Usually by this time, at least one person is staying outside for a while.
Or maybe they're going out looking for their wild card. They have a full party now.
Can I at least go ahead and check by myself? I don't want to risk you guys getting hurt.
Okay.
You come back to us fast if you find any trouble.
Alright, I'll do my best.
Wit's snappy. He didn't get a good sleep night. Good night rest.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's a fair point.
Fair.
So
Fair.
in that case, Omen, if you'd like to roll another perception check as you come up to the building.
Oh, I'm going there.
You're
but
you're going.
stealthily.
Yeah, you're going. Okay, in that case, roll for me stealth.
Oh my god.
8. Admittedly, you're a bit
I'm trying to get used to the
Yes.
new body after being
Well,
drunk.
well, not even that, but also the sensation of hesitation and fear in your mind as you're moving more briskly than safely, trying to make your way up to figure out what's happening. And as you make your way up to the front of the doorway, it was kind of overcast by the roof, kind of casting shade over the front of it. However, there is a bright smear of blood all down the length, from the right corner of the doorway all the way down to the left, to the bottom left, and the blood seems older. Doesn't seem to be incredibly fresh, but nonetheless, as the building
Well,
has been
Omen,
marked.
looks like you were right.
No, I'm the only one there because I'm at the hut.
Oh,
Everyone
Yeah,
is at
everyone
the
we
stayed
back.
end up
back as
following
he
Omen?
moved forward to look at it. Um,
Omen's just gonna gently try to push the door. There's a door,
Yeah.
right? In our
yeah,
hut.
yeah. You open the door. There's just a bit. Open the door.
This is like a fucking horror movie.
And
What do I see inside?
as you look inside, it's dark. There isn't any candles nor any torches or anything inside. It smells heavily of blood in here. That metallic kind of burning sensation to your nose as you
I'm gonna
as you
kick
lean
one of
to
the
look
door.
inside.
I'm gonna kick one. I'm gonna kick one of the foundations in the hut and try to. Oh wait, no, never mind. Scratch that.
Okay. And
Shit, I forgot. I gave the fucking tinderbox to fucking fuck.
and as you open it, there is you hear something as there's a and you realize now you hear breathing of something deeper in, and as the head turns in the direction of the doorway, you see a glistening pair of bright, almost sort of amber, orange-red eyes kind of peering back at you from the doorway. And from the rays of sunlight coming through into the space, you can see some of these spatterings of old blood, as well as the matted, bloody muzzle of some bestial creature that you see within. And before you can even react, and the lips bear back to show their teeth in a snarl, that's where we're gonna end the session for tonight.
We have 15 more minutes, and we started late. Feels rude.
True, but we'll probably save because we're about to basically get into combat. We'll probably save that for next session.
Also,
You're right.
our late
Shadow,
starts are
you
our
were
own
right.
fault.
Looks like you were right.
Something went wrong, man. I know my instincts.
No.
Dude, let's fucking
Holy
go.
shit.
That was such a good
Remember that
session.
pamphlet? Their
Yeah.
calling
Yeah.
card was blood of a freshly hunted beast.
Oh my god, dude. Holy fuck. That was amazing. Holy shit.
That session was insane. I loved it. Thank you.
That cliffhanger was.
This was a good one. This was a good one.
Oh, with my excitement, I feel like I can go
boy.
for. I can go for like a fucking Super Saiyan.
I
Fucking shit.
apologize for wit.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, yeah, wit is in a stinky spot, man.
my like above game. My condolences for fucking wit. Dear God, like
It's fucking haunting though. Just a fog and then suddenly you can't breathe because a fucking jaw just snaps at you. That's that. Oof.
Dude, I like that sleep sequence. That shit was sick.
This
yeah,
is like
it's
a horror.
oh
horror
yeah,
episode.
the dream shit's trippy. Like it's trippy as hell.
We got Vetzel with the creepy one, and then there's fucking Wood with a nightmare one.
Yeah, I do think it's a tad unrealistic because last night I had a night terror that I was being drowned and I still got a full night's rest.
Yeah.
I mean, this is some special circumstances.
Yeah.
It's D&D, baby. The world's best
Yeah.
Oh,
RPG.
that is so
Oh, man.
scary though. Like, imagine if you're like at the POV of Omen, and then you just open the door and just
Oh
see darkness,
yeah.
and then you just see these
Actually,
eye.
I
fucking
might be able to
darkness.
end us off with showing what Omen saw, if I can find it.
If one of you
I
could
was
send
scared
me
because okay, I was scared because from what I think, I thought it was our member. It was someone part of our crew went fucking crazy or some shit like that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
what was surging
Who
into
could
my
it
mind.
be?
Like they suddenly turned into like some fucking cannibals or some shit.
Mmm.
My mind was
Is
surging.
Gregor a
Holy-
werebear?
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a theory.
Did you
That's
make Gregor into a werebear because we fucking made the Gregory jokes?
Gregor.
Oh my god, that would be so sick.
Imagine.
I am not
Imagine.
that spiteful of a person, no.
Imagine though the
Completely
possibility.
rewrites your entire campaign because we called someone named Gregor the fucking Gregory
In
meme.
there's one universe out there where nature did it.
Ah, okay.
There's one. There has to be one universe out there that nature did it.
Dude, I just I just
Here.
miss Tekris, okay? That's all I
Oh,
want.
Tekras? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's my boy.
Tekras. However, I just found it. So as Omen sees at first the bloody maw of the snarling bestial form, you see in the house, at least in the building, kind of hunched over their body, kind of like with matted black fur. This thing.
Werewolf.
It is Gregor.
Mm-hmm.
What?
We don't know yet.
You know,
Ugh.
I think I know why I got that longsword, guys.
Time to put it into good use.
Silver for Monsters from The Witcher starts playing.
Yeah.
Well, but also because, like, meta knowledge, I know that lycanthropes can't be harmed by non-magical piercing, slashing, bludgeoning damage.
In standard
Oh,
D&D,
yeah.
that's correct.
Well,
Super meta, but
I
yeah.
guess both me and Ami
Well,
are
I'm just saying, like, that is the meta reason why nature gave us the longsword.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
For
mean,
this encounter
I
specifically.
think you got the magical item specifically because you were in
Because he was
the
planning
temple.
on fucking me up.
No, I don't think that.
you act
think
as
that
if I
we,
do things maliciously.
I think
No
that if we
spells,
didn't get the
forehead.
magical item, that we would be fucked right now. And I'm glad we got it. But
I like seriously above game. I am unbiased in in who gets better or not treatment.
It fits
Oh,
for
yeah,
you
no.
because you got it fits for you because you got the Goliath, like the Goliath background.
I'm pretty sure that we would have had to fight this thing whether or not you got the magical item. I think that you
Yeah, but
just
also,
solved
like,
your
bonk
shrine
spells.
puzzle like super
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the other thing is like bonk, no spells.
Dude, you casted
bonk.
mending. Nobody casts mending. You clearly fucking figured that shit out. You went hard.
I don't know. Either way, we'll have to save figuring out the what's, who's, where's, and why's.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't choose any damaging cantrips.
More on support type of cantrips for
you think I look at character
expeditions.
sheets anyway. Anyways, we'll have to figure out.
Anyways, chat.
Yes, we'll have to figure out what these circumstances of what the fuck is happening. We'll have to deal with that next time on Legends of Nordaeroth Bloody Gold. And
is the snarl pathetic or like fucking?
Let's wrap up this stream. Let's wrap up
By
this
the
stream.
way,
yes.
if I don't show
Yes.
up next week, it's not because I'm spiteful. It's because next weekend there's a 3-day long con.
You going to
I
a
figured
con?
you wouldn't be, but
I just thought I'd give a warning ahead of time that
right,
because
yeah.
of what happened in the session. If
Oh,
I don't show up because I'm too
Also,
tired,
gotcha.
it's not because
Yeah,
I'm
also,
spiteful. It's because of a 3-day long convention.
Yeah. Oz above game, you're great, and I love you. You're doing awesome. Yes.
Oh,
Anyways.
I gotta go shopping for my leftover shit.
Oh
Okay, let's
boy.
close that stream. Close
Yes,
that
yes,
stream.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll probably end up moving
Cat
this
for
to
being
the...
with us. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Well, before that, we have our links to share.
Yeah,
we'll probably
you're right.
probably end up moving this over to the general chat, of which, if you would like to join us, there's a link to the Discord in the About section of the Twitch channel below for the Grotto. There is also a YouTube channel at youtube.com/NatureClaws, which I still need to get those VODs up.
Yeah, we need to set up Nightbot so we could just do ! socials.
That too. See, that's what a smart person would do. Unfortunately, I'm not smart. That's why I surround myself with smart people. But anyways, so yeah, if you would like to check out some of the VODs as they come up, as well as also highlights, which are still being worked on. I believe the Planned Zoo highlights are still being worked on by Gab, though of course they're busy with other such things and whatnot, so there might be a bit of delay in that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But either way, I suppose in that case we'll have to see you guys next time, and we'll have to see who we're going to raid. Let's see who's online.
Let's see who's in the chocolate block.
Let's see. Is Tay still streaming? Tay is still streaming! Oh, they're playing The Forest. Oh, that's a good segue.
I love it and hate it so much.
That's a very fitting segue. So
It's extremely fitting.
So I suppose in that case, that and also they only have 14 streamers right now, and they're doing a charity stream for St. Jude's Hospital. So go help them. Go raid. Go support them. They're great and awesome and cool. And they're an awesome person. And they probably smell nice. I don't know. Try to think more compliments. Anyway. See you guys next time. Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Go, my minions, go be free!
Oh.